So I know no one's here yet, but just in case, I'm making sure people know I am just posting that I am live all over town. Where did I miss? Oh, yeah, my Instagram. Just take a little pic-to-doodle. Oh, I've already got 3 people. Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm just posting that I'm live. Welcome to my first ever live stream. I'm not completely and totally nervous, not whatsoever. I'm going to be drawing. It was an issue earlier. The microphone wouldn't work at all, and I was pissed. But I figured we could do some art prompts. You guys can watch me draw, and we can talk about current events, things like that. So, welcome everybody to my first ever live stream. Let me see. I gotta make sure my phone's not gonna be loud as fuck. So, how was everyone's weekend? Did anyone do anything fun? Who's here? I see there's eyes in the chat, but I have no idea whom. But I figured we could start off by just welcoming everybody, seeing how everyone's doing. It's a brand new drawing pad, so I'm kind of stoked about that. And just, damn, is the book streaming? Hey, you know what? Fuck you. Hi, McTwiz. So, what I've seen in the past and other things, and what I find very, very fun, is drawing prompts and things like that. So I don't know if you guys have ever done them, but I've just seen other live streams where drawing happens. If I switch to seeing me, it's going to take me a couple of seconds because I have to jerry rig everything back around. But yeah, so every time I start to draw, I always start with a face. So if you guys want to see something else while I draw, or you want to give me an idea or something stupid to draw, let me know. I always start with the mouth and the face, because if I draw anything else first, it will look so stupid. I promise you. It looks dumb. You know what, nephew? You think you're funny. It is. I do not say it weird. I can't stand your ass. I can't stand you. You know what? You just out here to make fun of me and my delicate northern accent just because I'm a delicate fucking flower. That's all I know. Hi, Mitch. So, is there anything happening for anyone this week? Any excitement besides, obviously it's the week before Christmas and everyone's running around getting their shit done. Has everyone gotten their holiday shopping done? Is there any things you forgot? Any people you might not have gotten yet? Are the children all gonna have Santa show up? Your accent. Thank you, Lauren. Yes, Leon, you hear that? My accent is nice. Flower. I can't stand him. You know what? Nephews are supposed to be kind to their aunts. They're supposed to love them. I've got a mean nephew. That's it. That's all I know. No, Lauren, it's our thing. He's allowed. We bust each other's gads. That's how we do. But whatchamacallit. No, I personally haven't gotten a single ounce of Christmas shopping done because I'm cool like that. And I hopefully will before the season ends. But what about you guys? Has anyone got anything exciting going on? Anything fun? I don't know. Listen, because I was thinking of a different word. I usually say, fuck, I can't even think of it right now. I can't think of the word. Hi, Moon. Almost got all the gifts from my family shipped. Got to plan ahead to avoid last minute ship. Yeah, that's going to be the easy and hard part for me. So, like, I still have gifts that I made for my in-laws last year. I made them. I got them all prepped up. And then when I went to go ship them, there was this big issue last year with shipping. So I was like, well, all right, I'll hold off. I don't want anything to get lost. And those gifts are still sitting on my desk. So I need to get them a gift for this year. And my in-laws will be watching right now. So hi, Doug, Diane, Cheryl, Mike. I'm sorry. I promise. The gifts are here. They're real. They just, you know, I still need to do my shopping. Other than that, gonna see Iron Boy. Ju- oh, I know. And apparently, so last night I was on a Twitter space with No System, which I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. And apparently, they hadn't even like finished the premiere, and spoilers were happening. So I'm like avoiding going online at all when it comes to I'm not looking up anything Spider-Man because I don't want to be spoiled. I am saying hopeful that they're going to do what I hope they do. Do you think Gothics will be willing to help prop my voice out? There, my mom's dying in the hospital, COVID, and they are refusing to give her ivermectin. Kitty Cat, I have no idea. I will tell you, my mom passed away last year. Not last year, I'm sorry, 2019. So I know exactly how you're feeling. But honestly, Kitty Cat, that's something you'd have to go to Gothics about. It's something I can't speak for her. That I will tell you, but I will say that even if she got your voice out there, she has no control over the medical community. This is something where you would have honestly have to push uh at the hospital, but that's something I don't think we could even do on our level. I am so sorry that you're going through that though, because my mother passed away 3 days before my birthday, and my dad is all I have left. And my dad actually had a major heart surgery back in October. It terrified the crap out of me. It was not a pleasant experience. I'm, knock on wood. No, Orion. It, sorry. Knock on wood, my dad, made it through okay. But I am sorry, and your mom is in my prayers. So hopefully they'll be able to take care of that. But yeah, I will say that the medical community as a whole doesn't really help people. My mom did not get a lot of help when she was dying of cancer. They didn't even have the forethought to do like x-rays or, make sure she didn't have a raging infection. But I don't want to make it a sad stream, so I do apologize about that. I'm gonna stop talking because I'll start crying. But anyways, like I was saying, when it comes to this season, I haven't done any shopping whatsoever. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. Um, I've worked. That's what I've been doing. I've been working. Um, but what I was going to talk about was so last night we were on a Twitter space, and we were talking about what's going on with No System right now. So with No System, we are actually running a big, we call it the Fat Cat anti-sale, and it's a corporate greed. And the reason why we're calling it that is because we are actually giving back. So right now, if you buy through No System, nearly everything, I have everything done in wrap. You know what, Suisan, is it Suisan or Suisan? But I'm jealous, so congrats to you. Um, but what we're doing is we're calling the anti-sale because all the prices have been raised 15%. And what we're going to do, so let's say you come and you buy a shirt, right? And you buy that shirt, and the 15%, we not only will match it, then we will donate it to Mobile Loaves and Fishes. And they actually feed and house the homeless in Austin, Texas. And that's because that's where it is. You started in June. God bless you. But yeah, they're doing all that work there. And I will say, so if any of you are accessories people, I will tell you that right now, my favorite accessories by No System are their earrings and pins, and they are wicked cute. So, except for my personal earrings and everything. And they have some gorgeous rings. You can tell I keep everything just so organized, but I have all of their stuff right here. So if you guys like anything you see here, it is available at nosysnose.com. So definitely think about that. We've got like these super cute, like, just if you want to be a little political on any level, you got the Abe Lincoln earrings. You've got I wear these for a lot of my videos, the donut ones. And then I've got the Don't Tread on Me snake. And I just actually really like the animal rings. But yeah, considering they're my employers now, I'm going to shout them out. But yeah, if you want to give back to people in need this holiday season and also get yourself some last minute Christmas shopping, do consider going to Gnosis Knows. They have amazing clothing and everything else. But I just wanted to get that up and out of the way. But I was intending to get everything started this year, but at the job I was working at before I started working from home, everybody quit. What do I want for Christmas? Oh, I want world peace. No, honestly, so if I had to pick, oh, that's a hard choice. Because, see, on the one hand, there's this really cool bike I want. It's a tricycle, and it is for adults, and it has a little basket on the back, and I just think they're the most darling things, and I like going around at my own pace. I can't ride a regular bike. I never could. Mind you, I've got great balance, but for some reason, I fall off a fucking bike. So I want this tricycle. It's like $400, but it is so cool. It comes in this mint blue and it's very, very pretty, and I want it. So it would be that. It would be a couple of sets of Ohuhu markers. I love the Ohuhu markers. They right now have this 320 piece set, and they just came out with this, one of the largest marker sets you can get for below $200. So suck it, Copic. And they also have a 210 set, or 216, and that is their brush nib. So I think that would be it. Those would all be my tops at the moment if I had to pick some stuff. I do have an Amazon wish list that I let my family know about when they want to get me a gift, because I always feel so weird telling someone exactly what I want. I'm like, just go to the list. Go to the list. And I keep it on all my links now because I'm like, I don't want to ask. I feel weird. So then I just don't ask. The only person I demand gifts from is my husband. That's because I'm a spoiled bitch. What wrapping paper do I use for presents? For Christmas, I choose any Christmas wrap. So my mom was very good at wrapping presents. My grandmother was too. My grandmother was bougie though. So she would go out and get wrapping paper that was essentially almost wallpaper in its thickness. Um, I like using Christmas theme, but like very, very pretty. I don't like the cartoony stuff. So I don't like the cartoon Santas and the cartoon reindeer. I like where it's got like the really pretty filigree and it's like in golds and reds and deep colors. Let me actually, I don't know how I can share it, but I'm so happy you decided to stream. Sorry I'm late finding you. Oh, thank you, Serenity. Yeah, I keep thinking so a bunch of my friends have been telling me for years to stream, Gothic's being one of them. She's like, "You should do an art stream. You should do one." And the thing is, I've never this is the most following I've ever had. All of you new people following me, I've never had this many people follow me ever. And I was like, why would I go and start streaming? There's nobody there. It doesn't make any sense. And again, so Gothic's pushed me, and so did Leon, if he's still in the chat. Leon pushed me to post my videos, and the both of them together, along with there's this YouTuber I watch, and I've announced her in my videos a few times, Michelle McDaniel. I started watching her a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that, around the time I moved into this house, and I loved watching her shit because she doesn't give a shit. She says what she needs to say, and that I will warn many of you. There's a lot more opinions that I have, and I hope you're prepared for them, because not all of my videos are going to be about fat people. It was the initial catalyst, but I have a lot more to say. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have this live stream to discuss with my newfound followers what you'd want to see out of me, what you'd want to, in enjoying content. Being a big girl, aka fat, I loved your other videos. We need more honest, straight talk. Yes, that's what I try to do. I have a rule for myself. I never open my mouth if I think I'm wrong. If I think I am 100% wrong, I will shut my mouth. And if later I find out I'm wrong about something I said, I will begrudgingly, but I will admit it. You have inspired me because I have to say say about lots of subjects. Yes, thank you. If I've inspired you, go do. Now is the time. I will say, despite whatever anyone thinks about COVID, there's one thing COVID did that definitely helped everybody. Now is the time to be a content creator more than ever. Now is the time to do this, because once you get into content creation, there's a lot of people looking for that. And especially right now, considering no matter where you turn, someone is saying the media is lying. This is a great way. If you're an honest person and you want to see that difference, now is the time. I will definitely say that. It's okay, Mitch. I'll be waiting here for you. I'm gonna stream for a little bit. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to ask all these new people. Hi, Esteban. It's the same thing because I've been thinking about doing a lot. Do it! Do it! Do it! You need to. Because, like, this is the time I remember back in my DeviantArt days, I was trying so hard. I was, in my opinion, getting a decent following at the time. I remember back when I was, actively posting on DeviantArt, I got 20,000 page views. That was a big deal to me. That meant 20,000 people came and viewed my page. Or, essentially. I know that technically it counted every single click. But that was a massive deal to me. I couldn't believe that happened. And if only I had been a little more dedicated and less insecure, I would have been a lot bigger, or at least even better at drawing. Because I gave up on drawing for about 10 years. From 2011 to 2019, I didn't draw at all. I would sketch, but like this, like the artwork you see me post on Instagram, no, 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 no. And a lot of what I post now is stuff I've learned only recently in the last 2 or 3 years. See, now I don't know what to do with it. What do you guys think? What do you kind of outfit you want to see, or do you want to do some drawing prompts where you tell me what you want to see me draw? I always start with a girl of some form, and I move my way from there. I used to only draw men because I learned how to draw by imitating DBZ, and so women were really hard for me to draw. And now I rarely draw men; I only draw women. And now Brian Stelter's salty ass is calling all YouTubes who have different. Oh my god, Stelter! Isn't he already vying for Cuomo's job anyway? I thought like that's his thing. You know what, sir? Go. You know why he's saying that? Because of Crowder. He's pissed at Crowder. But maybe people will probably watch because since pandemic, I went from 40 followers to 200 in 2 years, and I think that's because I spoke out more. Yeah, yeah. Your opinion can make a vast difference. I wasn't sure what these videos would make. Again, I never would have imagined. Oh, I don't like that angle now that I'm looking at it. I never would imagine that I would have gotten this many followers in a week. Now, who knows? My next video might piss everybody off. I did do the mukbang video. It's literally my computer cried over it though. Like, I have been trying to finish it, and excuse me, as I uploaded and I was getting everything done, it's technically done. It hasn't rendered yet. My thing keeps shutting down. It keeps getting mad at me. It keeps going like, it's not enough information. You do not have enough information for this. I'm like, you're a fucking liar. I have 12 gigs of data available on my computer. Render it. Like, I just can't stand it. So I don't think I need her hair out. Or her hand out, rather. Nah, fuck that. We will be the lazy artist. But maybe I should do her in some kind of Christmas style. Yeah. So what would be, we'll do some holly. Let's see. I actually use DaVinci. So whenever I want to do something, I literally will Google. I know Google. I try not to use it, but honestly, they're all assholes. So what I do is whenever I want to learn something or do something, I literally will Google top 10 of whatever it is. So like when I wanted a new pencil, I literally Googled the top 10 highest rated mechanical pencils. When I originally wanted my drawing pad, same thing. So I Googled the top 10 free editing programs. And apparently DaVinci um, was the top rated across the board. and it's one of the top rated in the industry to use if you get the pay for version, which is like $800. So fuck that noise. But I got the DaVinci one, and it's really good. Like, I enjoy using it, and I have a bad habit of not reading directions. So I'm that person that gets an IKEA set and I just throw the paper out the window and hope for the best. And I don't recommend, 10 out of 10, don't recommend doing it my way. But I will say, I'm kind of like Tinkerbell. I tinker and I figure this stuff out and I hope for the best. But then usually I find out later the way I tinkered sucks and I was wrong. But with DaVinci, what I like about it is it's very easy to look up videos for it. So, like, for instance, when I was using a free drawing program, I was using Krita. Krita may be free, but there's a reason it's fucking free. It's so annoying. I have gotten stuck in Krita. I have gotten stuck doing drawings. Like, there was a drawing I was doing, I was very, very proud of it. And there was this girl, and she had her hands clasped in front of her, and she was blowing a bubble of bubble gum. And then somehow I got stuck. I got stuck on a layer, and no matter what I did, I couldn't edit, I couldn't delete, I couldn't go back. I was panicked. I have not touched Krita since I fucked up that drawing. So I have Photoshop now, and I have Clip Art Studio. And that's the ones I'm going to be using. Krita can go suck a duck. And so I will whatchamacalls it, I would recommend that because you can easily look up anything for it. Like, the other day, I was trying to figure out how to fast forward a video because I'm making my intro for my channel, and I did a demo of drawing for it, and I was like, well, I need to fast forward this. And every time I was doing it, it wasn't making any sense. It wasn't working, and I was like, I'm doing something wrong somewhere. I'm fucking up. So what I did was I looked it up, and within seconds there was 5 videos figuring out how to do it. When I had that issue with Krita, I looked everywhere. I typed it out. No one, not a soul, not even, because at the time I had shit, what is it? There's that online school that everyone does right now. Either way, no one, not even the people that had lessons for it, nobody could tell me what I did. And so again, I said, fuck a duck, I'm done, not doing it. We could never hate you. Your content is part of our online Justice League Gothics Leon. Oh, thank you, McTwiz. That means a lot. Hey, listen, I have been a fan of Blair for a very long time. One of my friends introduced me to her content back before the election, and I've been loving it ever since. I feel bad when she met me because she was like, "Oh, I recognize you," and I'm like, "Shit, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing." Because I've been like, I send her messages. I try not to be weird about it, but I send her messages like whenever she has a cool thing on Instagram or whatever. But I try to respect her space because it is really cool that I've gotten to meet her and talk to her. But at the end of the day, she's she's someone online and I don't really know her. And da, 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 da. I can't say the same about Leon. He's my nephew. He's got no choice now. He's got no choice. He's mine. Use Photoshop to do thumbnails when I had. So I have a hard time with the thumbnails through Photoshop. I actually use Ibis on my phone sometimes to make them, and that was the problem I had. If you guys notice in my first few videos how the screenshots of the things I did were a little blurry, I made them on Ibis, but when I put them in DaVinci, it would kind of fuck up. And I was like, why? Why is it doing? So when I went into Photoshop, it stopped screwing up. So I have no idea what the problem is. We're gonna find out because on my end card, I mixed it up a little bit for this mukbang one. And so one image is from Photoshop, one image is from Ibis, and we're gonna see if the Ibis one blurs, then I know I can't use it anymore. But I'm sad because I love the Ibis one. But so, all right, so I know you guys gotten shopping done. So what is the major present, like, if you guys had to pick, what's the present that you bought this year you can't wait for your family to open? Like the one that you're like literally vibrating off your chair. You cannot wait for your family to open it so you can be like, "Yeah, I got that for you." That's what I want to know because like I've been there. My mom, especially when she was alive, Christmas was huge. And we would do, my brother and I would jokingly have the best child competition. We still have it. Um, every Sunday we go to my dad's for dinner. And if my husband and I get there first, we literally, as we're pulling up, we're like, the better children are here first. And if my sister-in-law is in the chat, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, we're bad about that. We're really bad. Let me see. I don't know. It doesn't seem very Christmassy to me. I'm trying though. Maybe if I do little pigtails instead. So I bring that over here. Bring her hair. Ah, you son of a bitch. There we go. Let's see. I got my boyfriend a remote helicopter. He's wanted one forever, and he is so not expecting it. Hey, Shagsworth! Oh my god, that's so cute, Serenity, though. Like, so the first or second Christmas my husband and I were together, I bought him swords. And I also, because this is back when, when you have no responsibilities, you can blow tons and tons of money on your boyfriend and no problem. Um, I bought him a metal DDR dance pad. Who remembers Dance Dance Revolution? Because whew, in the age of Dance Dance Revolution, my husband was king. He loved it. And I bought him a metal dance pad so that way he would never have to worry about not being able to go to the arcade. Oh, they might be watching this, so you can't. Oh, that stinks. I got my parent high quality wallet. I got my sibling a new Switch game. Oh, that's cute though. I honestly, I have a new appreciation for wallets as an adult. Maybe I'll make her an elf. As an adult, I have an appreciation for wallets that I truly did not as a kid. I thought they were very, very boring. And then as I got older, and when I realized you could match your wallet, um, hey Dan, hey guys, don't forget I had an amazing interview with Dan and his boyfriend Brent the other day on Dangerous Rhetoric. Please go check that out because they found out real easy that I can get people to talk for hours. But yeah, what was I saying? Shit, ADHD moment. I apologize. Uh, Speaking of, I can tell you a hilarious story. I was complaining to my husband in the car the other day. We were on our way to pick up my niece and nephew because I babysit them 2 days out of the week. I was complaining about something on the way there. I don't know what it was because I turned and out the window there was a field of cotton. I literally stopped what I was saying and said, "Oh my god, look, cotton." My husband just starts fucking dying laughing. I'm like, shut up, it's not that funny. He's like, okay, squirrel. Yeah, whatever. Oh, thank you, Dan. I was a pleasure. Hi from the Isle of Wight. Wow. Thank you, Alan. That's so cool. See, whenever I hear the Isle of Wight, I think of the Beatles. I can't remember the song exactly at the moment, but that's what I think of. I think of a song of the Beatles. I loved it too, and I will say, like, what was the most touching thing about our interview is I've had family and friends randomly tell me, "Oh, I listened to it on the ride home. Oh, I listened to it while I was cleaning." My sister-in-law, she shared with me that her mom and her brother and they were all listening to it, and I was just like, I actually got a little teary-eyed because it's just, when you do stuff like this, I know that I sit there and say, support yourself, be your own fan. But it really is amazing when you've got family and family that's not even like obligated. Like, I wouldn't mind, but my sister in law's brother has no obligation to support me. And he still did. And I was like, thank you. Like, yes, I do feel special now. You should make your drawing a fairy elf. See, I'm working towards it. Originally, she was a person and now I'm working towards her being an elf, but should I do like a snowflake wing? That's going to be hard. I wonder how I can do that. So let's see. So what, like do wings out like this? or towards this direction? Should I do her wings going this direction or this direction? So I guess just say towards the left or towards the right. What do you guys think? Because she's going to get, my goal is that the end of this stream, she is going to be fully lined and colored. Well, that's one of the things I've actually only been really good at for a long time is facial expressions. I couldn't get an elbow to bend properly or a knee to be good to save my life, but the faces were always pretty good. To the right, what do you guys think? So so far we got one vote for the right. The eraser's coming out. I'm getting rid of the left line. Ah, shit. Let's see. I'm back. Work keeps in. How fucking dare you, Mitch? Did I say you could go and earn money? Did I say you could go and work? I don't believe I did, sir. This is a breach of contract. I'm sorry. We are going to have to speak with your superiors. There will be uh uh there will be issues. You will be getting written up. Thank you. I'm surprised you got family to watch. So I don't often ask my family for stuff. I'm that person where I literally am, bitch, I'll do it myself. That the town of Rhine, the Isle of Wight, is the inspiration for the Beatles. Ticket to Ride. Oh, that's so cool. See, I wasn't even thinking of that song, but that is really cool. Hi, Velvet. Um, but yeah, I don't ask my family for a lot. I am the person that I'll be like, I'll do it. I can do it. That's not a problem. And so I'll get up and I'll do it, but I never ask for stuff. That was actually a big gripe of my mother's. She would get very mad at me because I wouldn't ask for things. But then when I would ask for things, I'd ask for bougie shit. So I don't know. As someone who doesn't have family, it's always amazing to hear. Honestly, even for my standard Serenity, I will tell you, if you're from New England, I have a small family by comparison. Because it's only me and my brother. My dad is the youngest of 9 children. And it's just most of them are old. So we're just drawing right now, Velvet. I'm drawing and I'm taking prompts and we're trying to decide. Originally, this was a young lady with a ponytail. Now she is a elfin fairy with pigtails. We're getting there. Yeah, I talk sometimes about my best friend that passed away. He was practically my other brother. We were friends for 25 years. As a matter of fact, how we met was I had just transferred schools. I'd gone from a very horrendous Catholic school in Providence to my then school in my hometown, which was a much more rural area. And I was a chubby girl. And he walked up to me, and we were both admiring the same swing set. Now, if you had heard him tell it, this was how we met. How I remember us meeting is he walked up to me and said, "You're fat. I'm fat. Let's be boyfriend and girlfriend." And, and we were like 9 or 10 years old, and I was like, okay. So and we've been friends ever since. If you hear him tell it, he would have told you how he shoved me off the swings. And that did happen, but I don't recall us being friends from that. But apparently that was his moment. And I miss him dearly because he was very much that person. He and I did a lot of stuff together. We just, matter of fact, when I met my husband, I said to him, I think I said it to you guys, Dan and Brent, on your live stream. I let all my crazy out in one shot, right? So I told him exactly what it was, and the the other thing I said was, my best friend's a boy. If you don't like that, we cannot be together. He is a non-negotiable. He is in my life whether you like it or not. You can be okay with it or you cannot be okay with it. I'm not going to force you to be with me, but I'm also not going to stay with you if you tell me that that makes you uncomfortable. Again, the man stayed. My joke I always say is, if anyone thinks my husband could do better, do not misinterpret. He had chances. I gave him plenty. I gave him plenty of chances. We didn't get married until 6 years in. So If he wanted out, motherfucker, you had your chance. You stuck now for life. Can't get away from me. Sounds like a good one. I have a very good one. My husband has his faults like anyone else, and there are times when, and I assure if you are in love with anybody, you can relate. There are times that I want to dent my husband's teeth in, not literally, figuratively, but still. There's times where he makes me so mad and I rage. But I wouldn't trade him for anything in the world. I'm a very weird person when it comes to intimacy. And I'm not even talking about that intimacy. I'm talking about, like, telling people what's wrong and, oh, that wing looks like shit. How did I meet my husband? A blind date, as a matter of fact. My husband and I got set up on a blind date. So, and I don't know if my ex is in the chat as well, because Eric and I are still buddies. Um, if you are, hi Eric. My initial real dating experience was I was one of those typical millennials who met someone online. And we met on, and I'm getting ready to date myself, Gaia Online. That's where we met. I was the leader of a bisexual guild on there, and Eric met me on there, and we started flirting. We took off. He asked me to be his girlfriend. We never ever met, so we were online only. After we had a falling out roughly a year after dating, I went to my friend Janice and I said, I don't care who he is. I don't, as long as I can stand to look at him, set me up with someone that will put up with me. I want to know what real dating is like, because my goal, and my husband, everyone knows the story, so I'm not telling anything whatchamacallit. I'm not telling anything spicy, according to my family. My goal was I would date this guy for a few weeks, get an idea what real life dating was, and then I would run off to New York where Eric was, and he and I would live happily ever after. That was the plan. And what's hilarious, and I actually said this on my wedding day, because I met my husband. We had a great first date. I had my first ever kiss. Okay, stars in my eyes. I run into my mom's room and I tell her. And she's like, Cassandra, don't, you need to calm down. Stop getting it. I was like, Mom, calm. It's not like I'm going to marry the guy. Let's all laugh because 6 years later, we got married. We decided 8 months in, we were going to be married. And then we decided 3 years in to get engaged. This is the ring. And it was I was very, very, very happy with it, because I also I have rules. Okay, so I'm just a rules person. And I said to my husband, because we were 21, we were young, and I did not want us to blow our money on things we didn't need to. And so I said to him, if you propose to me, because you better, because I told him on the first date, we were dating to get married. I said, if you propose to me, understand one thing. You better not spend more than $500 on a, no, I said 400 on a ring. I was like, because we can't afford it. We could put that money somewhere else. I said, you could get me a Swarovski crystal with that's shaped like a star and I'll be happy. And damn that man if he didn't he stayed within the budget. This is all real. But due to being a very frugal person and having the right connections, he only spent $340 on a ring that is, the last time I got it appraised at $2,200. So the man knows me. He knew better. Let's see. The value people put on the ring's monetary value has always been strange to me. I remember someone telling me, I have to take my nasal spray, excuse me, gross as it is. Someone told me that a ring this size, they would have immediately broken up with their boyfriend if they had been handed this. And I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't get that. Sorry, I turned off the mic so you wouldn't hear me put my nasal spray in. But yeah, I have literally been told that by people that if their boyfriend had handed them a cheap or small ring, they would have broken up with them. And I'm like, so why are you even with the guy? Like, and that's something I did do a video. It's gonna come out. I did a video on relationships because my dad and mom, I don't know if I just got blessed enough to watch a really good relationship develop. But my mom and dad didn't do a lot of the typical things that couples did, but then they also did whatchamacalls it, stuff that were wicked extra. So my mom and dad didn't go on a honeymoon, but my dad goes and gets my mom for a singing quartet just for Valentine's Day. My mom wouldn't be able to go take my dad on a massive vacation, but every single year she bought him a collectible Patriots jacket. So there was things like that where my dad has a whole Patriots room, and the reason why he has that Patriots room is because of my mother. She made sure to get everything. And at the time when my dad was more, passionate about it, since my mom passed away, he's not. Um he had a Patriots themed Keurig, a Patriots themed microwave, a Patriots themed mini fridge. He had Patriots themed plates and cutlery. There is a stained glass Patriots switch for the light. He got red leather recliners, and they put Patriots covers over it. There's AstroTurf on the ground for his entire football room. So my mom made sure, like, that's just how they were. My dad went and bought her a star. Like, just the way they did things was just so, yeah, it was so cute. So let's see, let's get to these comments. It's just an object. Oh, I missed it. Ah, I gotta scroll back up. It's just an object. The point is the union. People, I guess, look at the disrespect in a symbolic or etiquette sense. Some purely superficial. I think it's a mix of both. Honestly, Dan, I really do. Um, I think it's both. I remember there was a whole debate going on Twitter where a guy made this emerald ring out of a green bottle and it looked real, but there was people saying it should be. I don't know. If my man goes through the effort of taking a beer bottle and literally does the hours upon hours upon hours of work to make it into a gem, I want that. Here's why. He's posted that he did it. That's a viral item. That's worth more to me because number one, everyone knows about it. And two, all that work he put in to make me the ring, fuck that noise. I want that. Yeah, that's not love. Your ring is really nice. I've never understood people like that. It shouldn't be about the money. No, it shouldn't be. Saying that you wouldn't even know if it was real or not. Yeah, you wouldn't know. My boy loved the Patriots. Yeah, because Patriots are amazing. I met my boyfriend on OkCupid and he's great. We've been together for 10 years. Congratulations, Esteban. Esteban, damn. Funny thing is, we live 5 blocks away from each other when we first met. Hey, Christian, welcome. It was a strange feeling. We never bumped it. You know what? I've told the story before. I don't know where. It might have been on the relationship video that I did, but my husband and I actually literally bumped into each other years before we met. So when I was still or a year rather, when I was still dating Eric, I went to a My Chemical Romance concert with my now deceased best friend. And there was this mosh pit. And there was these two very tall guys in the middle of the mosh pit with like gobs of hair. And it was so ridiculous. And I got dragged into the mosh pit. And I was a lot smaller than I am now. I'm 400 now. At the time, I was just a little around 200. So I was actually pretty small. And I was getting tossed around and I was getting thrown to the ground. And I had this little mini skirt on at the time. And I could not keep up. And this dude with pink hair and a couple other guys kept slamming into me. But other guys, there was a tall dude, really scrawny, with black hair, and this skinhead dude. and the two of them grabbed me, and the skinhead dude specifically, he yanked me up and shoved me out. And he literally shoved me out all the way to the front where the stage was. And I was like, "Thank you." I find out later the scrawny, long, black haired dude was my husband. And it was just like, it was things like that where we had been in the same circle of friends. As a matter of fact, Gothics went to school with my husband. So it's like, things like that. And my current best friend went to school with him. So it's very weird how you your whole circle goes around those different things. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. Just discovered what you did on YouTube. Star Sun. Thank you, Christian. I finally fell into peer pressure. It only took me 34 years, but I finally did it. We met on Facebook. Go watch my interview with Paul Lacrone. Oh, I will have to go do that. I think the same way. I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years and we have no ring. We are planning to get one, but we want one to symbolize what we like. Oh, hi, E unum pluribus. Hi, welcome. I found an engagement ring that my wife loves using a metal detector. Oh, I am so jealous. See, that's the stuff I like. I think that is just so cool. So, not only did you get something that has sentimentality, but you have a wicked awesome story behind it. See, shit like that, I love it. I live for it. That's what I want to hear. That's the stuff that makes me happy. I haven't finished her fucking wings. I'm sorry, guys. We got to get her going. I'm just going to do a quick little lace wing kind of idea because she doesn't need to be like super complicated. But yeah, relationships. I've apparently always been very good at relationship advice. Even though, mind you, like I just detailed to all of you, I didn't technically have a relationship till I was like 19 years old. I mean, yes, if you count Eric, I had one at 18, but I wasn't in a relationship at all. And that's why I get very surprised when apparently I give good relationship advice. And I think it's because I read a lot of romance novels growing up. I was obsessed with the library. And my mom and I were really bad about the library because we would go and take out books and then we forget we had them. I could never be in a relationship. Grew up seeing bad relationships from my parents. But see, now Moon, I actually have an opposite for that. So both my parents had horrible parents. My dad had a pretty good mom, but she was busy with the other kids. And my mom had a pretty good dad, but, they weren't able to really be around because my mom, was the 50s and all that jazz. But my mom had a horrible mother, and my dad had an absolute piece of shit dad. And I never could ask for better parents. Both of them came from divorced homes and they had an amazing marriage. They watched people who were horrible to each other and they knew exactly what not to be. And my dad grew up watching an absolutely abusive man for a father. And so when he talked to my grandpa, my mom's mom, he was terrified when my mom got pregnant with my brother. He's like, "I don't know how to be a dad." And my grandpa said, "It's easy. Just do all the things that he didn't do for you. You already see what a bad dad is like. Go be a good one." So I would say if it's a matter of you just are not interested, relationships don't seem good because it's a waste of your time. That's one thing. If you're not interested in being in a relationship. But if it's a matter of you're fearful of it because of what you've witnessed be bad, I wouldn't do that. I would say consider it because you already know what a bad spouse is like. So that means you already know what to look for and to avoid. So go be a good spouse and go find you someone good. I'm going to use the same logic my grandpa used, and I think it's a great one because he was a good man. And I always get kind of sad that he passed away when I was only 11 because I think he would have really liked to see us, see a little bit of life. Let's see. Let's get to these comments again. You give a lot of great advice. I was contemplating emailing you about self-esteem advice. Listen, anytime you need help, Christian, you go ahead, you message me. I will be more than happy. It a lot of folks say I have a very mothering energy, and I try not to mother people, but when someone comes to me for advice, I try very much to give good advice because, not everyone has that in their life. So I try to be that open ear to listen. But I also do believe in empaths, and I do believe I am one, so that's why. So, Star, what you're saying is next time I go to a Skrillex show, I might find my future wife in the mosh pit. Yes, McTwiz. Find her. If she's a short, fat girl with with fishnet stockings and a torn up mini skirt, that's your girl. I found my coworker's wedding band she lost 11 years ago with my simplex. Damn, you guys have some cool stories. Why am I the one on the live stream? Damn. I haven't done much since the ring. Listen, that's something I will say. I have a big problem with the couples goals. Have you guys seen that all those posts? Oh my god, they're so sweet, couples goals. I will say that I have a big problem with. And here's why. They're not realistic. Like, yes, it's amazing to see that beautiful post with the gorgeous scenery and such, but I have been around people who post those couples goals, and 2 seconds before they take the photo, they were screaming at each other. And later on that night, they didn't talk to each other. The mundane, the everyday, the boring, that is what you need to make special in your relationship. I get a lot of people, and I'm making all the points I made in the video. I'm still going to release the video, but damn it. My husband and I used to love going on road trips, and partly why we don't do it now is because, one, we're elderly, and two, because it just takes a lot of time, and we don't have that time anymore, especially with the dogs. But when it came to it, we loved it because we spent all that time together. And we would rock out and we'd sing and we'd see new sights and we'd watch the sunrise. And it was really great. And the number one thing I got from a lot of people is, how can you stand being in the car that long with your husband? Oh my God, I would go nuts if I had to be with my husband that long. Why do you hang out with your husband all the time? Don't you want to hang out with anyone else? I didn't marry him so I could get a break from him. I married him because about all the people in the world, he's the one I can put up with the longest. And that's literally it. There is nobody on this planet that I can stand for a long period of time. Like, bless you. One of my cats sneezed. Just don't know who. I don't have a high tolerance like I used to. And especially for bullshit. And a lot of people, when you hang out with them after a while, you realize that no matter who they are, there's a disingenuous side to them. And that's just because, like all of us, we have a side we don't want to show other people. There is a side that we want to be able to let loose. And if you are with strangers, even if they're your best friend, at the end of the day, you can't always let loose. There's always something you're holding back from them. But with that one person, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be gross. You can be spoiled. You can be a little selfish. And that's the one thing, because like I said earlier to somebody, my knee-jerk reaction is to be humble. I don't know if that's because I'm a Christian or a Catholic rather. I don't know if it's because I am just naturally minded that way. But my knee-jerk reaction is to be a very humble person and to not expect a lot. I don't have to be that with my husband. If I want to feel a little spoiled or a little selfish, or I want someone to do something for me and I want to feel a little taken care of, my husband does that for me, and he does it happily. Now, I do it back with him, but still, that's the point. Like, everyone's got that one person, and that's my one person. And I find that That to me is a good relationship. That's how it's a sign that you're in a good relationship and that you deserve that relationship. When you're with someone that not only you can do that for them, but they can do that for you. And I've got to do my nasal spray again because dang it, my darn nose is stuffing up. I'm gonna mute it for 2 seconds, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Hopefully you'll hear the. Oh yeah, I can hear the difference already. Shit. See, that's something where we don't know why. Ever since I moved to the south, I've had allergies, and I get very annoyed with them. Let's see. While I'm taking my medications, it used to irritate me in the sense of realizing that when I posted a picture with my shirt off, anyways, it got more attention than Yes. Listen, if I wanted attention, Dan, all I gotta do is go to a chubby forum and post myself in bikinis, and you get it. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, nudity sells. If I did almost all NSFW artwork and I posted it in the right forums, I'd get a lot more views. And I'm not saying that there isn't something, to it, because I can't lie. I kind of want to too. Let's see. What did he plur? I didn't see what did he pluribus unum said. Someone's saying that's awful. What's awful? Tell me. Something like 80% of spouses with COVID don't pass it to their spouse. The thought of being close by taking it, and well, a lot of spouses don't. Oh yeah. That's a horrible thought. That's a horrible thought because I couldn't. Even if you go without sex, I couldn't go without the intimacy of my spouse. That I could not do. Sorry. Shirtless pictures always get more attention. Yes, they will. My mom and her boyfriend pretty much are the only ones I let loose around or that I'm most comfortable being myself with. Hopefully I find someone. You can. Listen, there was advice I was given that I hated when I was younger, but it's the honest to God truth. You have to. I hate this saying, but it's so true. You have to stop looking. The moment I found my husband was during a time when I did say to myself, fuck it. And that's why I said to Janice, you know what? Go find one. Because I didn't think she'd find one. I didn't think, because she tried to set me up in the past with actually my husband's name is Matt, another Matt, and that guy was a total dick. And it didn't work out. So I was like, you know what? It's just never gonna work out. So I'll just tell her to find me a guy. It's not gonna happen. Because at the time, Eric made no plans of getting back with me. And I was like, so it was a cockamamie idea. I knew it wouldn't work. And I was actually already kind of planning on being a trucker. I had a lot of plans at once because I'm the kind of person where if something doesn't work out, I have a backup plan for that backup plan. And that's the way I like to operate, is that if it doesn't go right, I want to make sure I know what I'm going to do afterwards. Apparently, it's a sign of high anxiety, but you know what I say? That's called preparedness, kids. And I'd rather be prepared. That's just how I operate. So, like, I was just talking to Leon earlier, and I said to him, what if nobody shows up? He's like, that's you being negative. And I was like, yeah, but at least if everyone shows up, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Like, again, not a positive way to be, but the ending is positive, and that's the real part. I see, this is what I kind of like. I like the idea of us all talking and me drawing because it's an experience together. I wouldn't have made her a fairy if you hadn't suggested it. So, she's probably going to go up later on Instagram if I can get her done in time. Because I still have to render my video and get the preview up and all that jazz. Let's see. Get that elbow out the way. You'll manage it someday. Yeah, you know what, Christian? I did see that. Everyone has problems, and the people who claim they don't have problems are lying. I promise you, I've got issues. We all do. I have picadillos and problems and things that many people wouldn't put up with, but the right people do. I will tell you one of my biggest issues. So, like I said, I like doing things on my own. I don't like asking for help. So when shit hits the fan, like for instance, when recently all my cats started dying on me, I just disappeared. I did not talk to anybody. I just sat in my house and I cried because this was something I was good at. This is something I'm supposed to know. Animals is the things that I know. Off to breakfast, leaving the tab. Thank you, Pluribus. Thank you so much for coming. Go enjoy your breakfast, honey. It's almost 2 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, 1 o'clock here. So don't worry. Have fun. But yeah, like when shit hits the fan for me, nobody hears from me. And you know, the wrong people will be insulted by that. Or the right people, like my friend Wendy, who is a fellow animal rescuer, will call me up and slap me in the face and say, "Bitch, it's not your fault. Shut the fuck up. You're going to be okay. We've got you. I've got your back." I've got my best friends who then dragged me out and made me get my hair cut and dyed. So it's a matter of the right people will be there for you and understand your faults and won't make you feel like you're a monster for it and won't make you feel like you're wrong for having those emotions. Oh, you guys like my artwork. Thank you. Like that's what I always tell everybody. Remember that people are going to have a hard time with you because not everyone's going to like you. But again, the ones that do, the ones that care, they're gonna be there and it's gonna be amazing. Oh, just call me insane. Hello. Hi. But that's what I will tell you, Christian. So don't ever discredit yourself because you have issues. Let me put it this way. This always makes me feel better. All the people in my 600-pound life are not single. Okay? And they are some of the most infuriating people to put up with, bar none. If they can be with somebody, anybody can be with somebody. That's a good phrase my father has. There's an ass for every toilet. So don't you worry. Okay? Don't you worry. The right gal will come along and you will be a happy camper. Oh, I almost perfectly made that. I made a little error. It's all right. We'll make it a happy line. I'll channel my inner Ross. You're still young. Yes, you are. You're still young. We're all young. I mean, I jokingly say I'm elderly, but I'm only in my mid 30s. So, I mean, we've got plenty of life left to live. And, there are people, when I was selling mattresses, that's the one thing I will tell you I learned that was pretty amazing about life. There are people I've met who were in their 60s and getting remarried, and they were acting like little lovesick kids, and it was just so cute. Never discredit what you can find later on in life, what you can achieve and what you can be happy with. We have so much more time to go. We have so much more life to live. And I think the problem is because we live in a society that is so, everything begins and ends so fast. I think we have a really hard time coping with that speed. But I think we're okay. We constantly feel like we're missing something. And I think we have to understand that we're not missing anything and that we got this. All right. How's she looking so far, guys? Folks also need to be patient. All of these early These young early 20 folks looking for their forever bae. I had to kiss a few hundred frogs before I met Daniel. Exactly. I'm 35 and I still say I'm old, but I think I'm still young. There are days that I truly don't feel my age. Like there are days when I forget high school was a long time ago. High school was shit. How many years ago? 16? 16 years ago. 16 years ago. And it doesn't feel like it. Like I feel like in some days, I feel like if I get up at 7 a.m., oh shit, I'm gonna be late for school. You just get that moment where you forget. That's actually a segue of a conversation. Who here has moved a great distance or moved out of their family's home? And it's been years since you've moved. And then one morning you wake up and you think you're back in your family home. That's happened to me a couple of times, especially here. I'll wake up and I forget I'm not in Rhode Island. Like I completely forget where I am, which I think is kind of funny. Did anybody get that but me? Am I the only one? I can't be the only one. Make me feel like I'm not alone in this insanity. I was originally going to have music playing, by the way, guys, but I just got retroactively slapped for one of my videos on Instagram. I did it last year or 2 years ago, maybe. And it said I had copyrighted music. It was playing at like the lowest setting in the back on a radio. And they slapped me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Just in case. I'm gonna say no. I wake up wishing I was back home, but home is gone. Just lives in my memories now. Oh, Serenity, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset. I'm sorry, hun. I just mean it like, there are days you forget, because I know there's days I wake up and I forget that certain people are gone. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. But I was meaning more just the overall, like, no, I know where I am, but takes you a second to realize it. Uh-oh, I hear doggies jumping. Might be because my husband, I think he's home. So where I am, right behind me, back that way, there is the carport. And when my husband comes in, it vibrates the whole carport. So you can hear when he's home. And my dogs usually go insane. So if my husband's getting home early today, you guys will hear it because Orion announces it. He has no filter. But so beyond watching me draw a Christmassy elf with pretty little wings, what's everyone got going on today? Anything exciting? Insane. I know that you were producing some spoopy, not very Christmas themed, but very cute stuff. So what's going on with you? Also, guys, this is my favorite part of any drawing. So right now, you can see the pencil lines and everything, right? My favorite part is when I do this. So you always know when I'm somewhere because you can literally see my eraser stuff for ever. Back at my job, it's always when you knew Cassandra was there. I'm doing nothing but being bound to this drawing for Velvet. Thank you, honey. I hear a pupper walking towards me. If you're hearing that thudding, that's my dog. He's picking up and dropping a toy. Yes, sir? What? What? Oh, what a lovely gift you brought me. Hi. Can I have it? Thank you. Thank you. He brought me his rope. Mm-hmm. I'm not in the middle of doing anything. Not at all. I moved to LA a year ago. a year after college and ended up back in Jersey in 2018. Felt like a loser, but if anything, COVID taught me there's no shame. Plus, LA sucks. Yes, LA definitely sucks. My stuff is on hold because I got a second job. Ooh, you got a second job? That's awesome. But I owe. So off to work I go. So when you say you're trying to figure out what to do with your life job wise, Moon, here's what I will tell you. I don't believe in careers per se. Because so when I was growing up, and I'm not sure if you're the same age as me or not, but when I was growing up, the big push was college. You had to go to college. You had to go to college. Didn't matter if you wanted to go. Didn't matter if you had a direction in life. They just wanted you to go to college. And the problem with going to college is if you go without any direction, you're essentially wasting everyone's time. And that was the problem that I had, is that they really wanted you to go, but they didn't exactly tell you what they wanted you to do. Hi, Greta. I know, I see you. And so, because the thing is, the things I was good at was taking care of kids and animals. Animals has always been my thing. So what the hell was I going to do with my life? There was no, at the time especially, there was no degree for animals. Not like there is today. Shit. That's the one thing I will say now. I can be an animal behaviorist now. Didn't exist back when I was a kid. I wish I had a dog sometimes, but dogs are amazing. But my dad says like this. It's like they're mentally handicapped kids. They never stop needing you. So if you like having your independence and you like being able to just, up and leave the house or not have to worry about certain responsibilities, a dog is not for you. Okay? That's something I learned, especially with Orion. But going back to what I was saying, I personally feel that when it comes to a profession or a career, don't stress that so much because you don't know where your career might take you. If you go and you work for McDonald's, for instance, and you tell them you want to own your own McDonald's someday, most folks don't realize that. If you go to McDonald's and you start from the bottom and you tell them your goal is to be a store manager and then eventually a franchisee, they will 9 times out of 10, if you show initiative, they'll pay for it all. They will pay for you to get the schooling. They will put you in the right direction, and they can even help you with the loans to buy your franchise. And a lot of companies do that. And that's what I tell a lot of people. There are directions you can take that are profitable if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that is more fulfilling, then get you a job where you can either do volunteer work with the job or do your passion on the side. That's what I tell everyone. Your cats don't mind being alone. They don't mind it. They don't love it, but they don't mind it. I will say this, unless you have an animal that specifically needs to be alone, always have at least 2. And that's just my rule of thumb. I say it across the board, because you should never make an animal species wise be alone, in my opinion. But that's when I talk about animals and stuff. Where the hell is my little? There's a piece of plastic that I require to put underneath her so it doesn't bleed through and I don't waste a piece of paper. But I did actually want to get on topic with you guys about something. Oh, I think I found it, and it's underneath a pile of stuff, of course. There is plans that I have for my channel. And I wanted to discuss with you guys what you think about it. So my plans are that I'm going to do a big variety of content. Now, it's a lie, not a huge variety. I'm still going to do my opinion pieces and reactions. I'm going to try to avoid reacting to one singular person. I don't want this to be a beef channel or a tea channel. I don't think that's productive. It just creates more drama. I want to address problems. I don't want to create new ones. And What I also would like to do is there's a series I really want to do called Rescue Me Mondays. And what that would entail is, so how you guys just watch me do it, it would be a sped up version of this, right? Where I would pick a certain rescue, right? Somewhere around the country. And I would ask them for the animal most in need of being noticed. They would send me the information on it, and then I would draw a picture of the animal. Then that piece of artwork I would auction off. I don't know exactly how the auction would work. I'm still going to have to figure that part out. But I would auction it off, and all the proceeds from that would go to the shelter that I'm featuring. And it would just bring light to that shelter, and it would bring light to the animal, and I would do a voiceover while you watched a speed draw of it. What do you guys think of that? I've been thinking about it for a long, long time. Calling it Rescue Me Mondays. And then sporadically as I finish them, I would be uploading animations, little story times. Send super chats for that animal. Yes, that's a really good idea. If I do a premiere, I can send all those super chats to there. Very good idea, Serenity. I like that. I like that a lot. That's excellent. I didn't even think of that. And that's my idea for that one. And then obviously I would do every Tuesday, I would do a live stream. And then every Thursday I do an upload. What do you guys think of that? For me having a Rescue Me Monday, a Tuesday live stream, and a Thursday upload. How does that sound to you guys? And then just as I finish them, you might get a bonus animation, and the animation could be about anything. Does that sound something you guys would want to you would like? I will also say before anyone asks, I'm not trying to be that person, but your girl got to make money too. The this will go up on my Patreon afterwards. It'll be behind a paywall. What's hot opinion on? Oh, my opinion on witchcraft. So, So I will say this: as a Christian, or at least as a Catholic, the way I was raised to not hate anyone based on their religion. I also have a personal belief that I think that people that believe in witchcraft, that do those things, I still believe they're somehow believing in God, or they're still accessing some form of God. It's just it's not the right path, but that's how I feel it is. I feel when you look at all religions across the world and you notice something, a lot of them are very similar, and a lot of them have a lot of almost identical themes to Christianity and Catholicism. And that's why I believe at the end of the day, they're still talking about God. Does that make sense? That's how I see it. I see it as, whether they want to admit it or not, somehow they're still walking with and acknowledging God. They don't have to like it, but that's how I see it. I hope that is a good enough answer. Or rather, it answers it well, because that's how I see it. That's my interpretation of it all. This is what I was going to say. It's all the same thing, just different names. Yeah. Well, productive meaning you're helping out others. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that you're also being productive while doing something you love. So you guys do like the idea of it? At what point do you acquire? I think I have to get monetized first. So I am currently at almost 900 subscribers. I need to get to 1,000, and I need to get to 4,000 hours viewed. I am at like 1,400 hours viewed. So I'm probably not going to be monetized for a little while. The more subscribers I get, the more obviously I'll be monetized. The more chance I'll have to be monetized, I should say. Let's figure out what her skin color is going to be. What am I doing? I have a piece of paper for that. Son of a bitch. Do I have any personal information on there? Making sure. Nope. Had to be sure. But yeah, I'm not going to be monetized for a little while. So I would honestly just tell folks to ask for, where they can donate. And I would put up a donation link and everything in lieu of a super chat. I kind of want to make her skin darker. But I wonder if the terracotta is too dark. But yeah. Because I didn't know. I think it used to be a lot easier to do. And now it's a lot harder. That reminds me of my friend was telling me that she didn't really believe in God, but a higher power. I think that's just people that rail against the idea of God themselves. A lot of people don't like to admit they even think there is a God. They don't love the idea. I remember chatting about witchcraft at Gothics. I'm very skeptical of any religion which doubts the divinity of Christ, although I find them interesting. I find them all interesting. I find any interpretation of religious sects interesting, because you can literally almost see how people's minds work that way. But this is actually not a lot of markers. I've seen people with more, but I have 2 sets of 36 from Arteza. One is a black and white set, one is a skin tone set. I have this Ohuhu skin set. I have this Ohuhu 120 set, and then I have an Arteza 120 set. And here's the problem. I'm running out of markers. So I keep them because I feel like I'm wrong for throwing them out, but there's a lot of dead markers in here. And because I've been drawing a lot, and yeah. So what did I do? Oh no. Where's my eraser? Oh no. Oh boy. There it is. Yeah, I'd be down with your art live stream, to be honest. Yes, and that's I didn't actually finish that. So my art streams will be available on my Patreon. And I also wanted to go over that with you guys. What do you think is a valid reason to be a supporter of someone's Patreon? Major problem with Christ is that he's based older mythologies, making me think that he's more archetype. But see, that's my thing. I believe that it's the other way around. And I know that gets a little bit muddy on all those things, but that's the problem when it comes to religious beliefs. You get this whole thing going where, no, mine is the right answer. No, mine is the right answer. And that's why I just try to be like, you know what? I try not to judge anyone on their religious beliefs within reason. But yeah, going on to Patreon, because that's something where I'm trying to build that up. What makes being a patron worth it to you? It's interesting. When I was an atheist, now I'm more of a spiritualist. But yeah, studying different religions is interesting, and you don't have to believe. Yeah. Oh no, I definitely don't think you need to believe in anyone's religion. I think you just need to respect that someone doesn't believe what you believe in. That's the main thing that I think. Because if you want to be a follower of Christ, not you specifically, Christian, but I'm saying, in my opinion, being a follower of Christ, judge not, lest ye be judged. And, my church taught me, if you want someone to follow in the word of Christ, you never force the word of Christ. You never push it on them. You walk with Christ. And your path and the way you live should be inspiration enough. And I love that idea, because there are a lot of people who say that I inspire them. And part of what makes me a happy person is my path with Christ. So I tell them, like, listen, part of what makes me happy and part of what makes me that way is being religious and knowing that I have him right there. And that there's many times where I have felt alone. I have felt like I wasn't good enough. I have felt like I wasn't okay. But then I remember that a lot of me believes that the reason I'm even on this earth is because of something God put me here for. Because you don't have the animal's magnetism that I have unless somebody. I tried to fast forward to see the complete piece. Damn it, Sean. I just really like that person's content or hearing their thoughts. See extra from them. Well, you'll still see stuff from me, and I will say my videos would be only $1. Like my Patreon is not expensive. The highest tier I have is $20. Um, sorry, I'm bouncing through subjects, guys. Um, that's why I try to make it that way. Like, the most basic access is $1, and you would get access to a lot of my content. Um, and the rewatch would be as well. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's things like that. Who say they are a believer but ask why, and the answer is because their family does know. Why do you believe? Well, I mean, are you asking me, Serenity? Because I can tell you. Do locals as well. Yeah, I keep getting told that as well, by the way, and I feel like that's me looking like I'm too big for my britches. Like, bitch, you barely got any following. Why you got a Patreon and a locals? Like, does that sound dumb? I feel like that sounds dumb. I feel like it sounds wrong for me to have both. No? Or no to asking about the religion? Which one is it? Oh, that is what I asked. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. But yeah, like, I feel personally that I was put on this earth to help animals. It's something that whenever I do pray, that's where I get pointed towards. That's great. And I follow that path, and every time I follow it, sometimes I get heartache, but other times, most of the time, I feel like this something happens to me where I get this moment in my head where I'm like, if I wasn't there, who would have been there? If I wasn't there, what would have happened? If I wasn't there, who would have taken care of this creature? And it's like, for instance, my husband, he was on Facebook, and you know how Facebook has those things where it's like, would you take the pill and get $10 million, or would you go back and fix all your mistakes? And the main reason that I don't want to go back and fix any mistakes is because if I'd fixed certain mistakes, I wouldn't have been there for certain animals. And my husband literally asked me that yesterday. He said we can open a door and get $10 million, or we could go back and fix one of our biggest mistakes. And I'm like, nope, give me the 10 million. Solves our problems now. And he's like, but we could fix this. I'm like, no, we be getting immediate money that we need, and we could go and take care of our pets that way. Hell no. And then I said to him, if we fix that particular mistake that he was talking about, I'm like, we might not have moved to the South. What would have happened to all of our pets? Every single animal in my household right now, with the exception of Zorro, came from the South. And the South is not exactly kind to animals. So, hell no. Nope, we're staying right where we are. Hand me my money, please. Thank you. And so it's just stuff like that where I don't know if you ever feel like there's a calling, whether you believe in God or a higher power, whatever, but whenever you have your calling, stick to it. Oh, I hate that sound. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I hate that marker sound. Everything happens for yes, everything happens for a reason. It's the world is truly a domino effect. If one thing happens this way, it's going to happen. Da 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 da. You guys can't see my hands. Da da da. And that's what I tell everyone. I'm like, you have to own whatever's happened in your life and roll with it, because you don't get a second chance. And I always believe in that I learned from my mistakes. But when I found out commentary public intellectualism was my calling, See, there you go. Once you have it, and you once you get a taste of what you feel you're there for, you can't help it. You can't escape it. It's called you and it continues to call you. That's why even though I'm doing this, what's the first thing I'm trying to do? I'm trying to incorporate animals into it. I try to find the first way I could where I can incorporate animals and rescue into what this is. Because why? I feel compelled. I physically feel compelled to it. There's only one thing I feel as physically compelled to, and I actually posted it on Twitter. Bodies of water. Let's get into that. That's a good question I want to ask. Do you guys ever feel an element, not trying to get all avatar on you, but do you ever feel an element you're physically compelled towards? Something that you like, you see it, you gotta be near it, you gotta have it. For me, it is water. I get near water and I just I've actually almost ran off the road once because like I was driving. Where was I driving on my own? And I was by myself and I was actually on the phone with my mother at the time. That's how long ago this was. And there was this massive body of water. And I was so tempted. Oh, I was so tempted. And I'm watching it. And then I realized I was veering off the bridge. I was like, nope, bad Cassie. Turn around. So yeah, that was a dumb moment, but still. Pizza! Sean, that's not what I meant. That is the mage in me. For me, my joke is because I'm a land whale. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm called to my people. But yeah, I definitely just that's something I truly miss about New England is just the water. I miss being near water all the time. And I think I'm getting like hallucinations about water lately because I'll stand outside my house and I will smell the ocean. And I'm like, all right, it's getting freaky. Fire. See, I love looking at fire and I think it's beautiful, but I'm not compelled to it. I mean, when I'm cold, yeah, you're going to see me cuddle up to a fire then. But for me, it's always water. And it doesn't hurt that I also float naturally. My ass is just the right amount of buoyant that you don't have to worry about it. But everyone else seems to be fiery. Mine is water and ice. Ice is my favorite. Oh, and the smell of fresh ice outside during the winter time. Oh, it's heaven. Oh, it smells so good. It's just so nice. I hear my dog sighing in the kitchen. He's very mad. I think because he thought my husband was home and he's not. So my dog is not a happy camper. But yeah, I am hoping if all goes well and I can do what I want to, I want to go back to Rhode Island this year. Just for a little while. I smelled the Gulf before when the hurricane came up. That's weird. But see, I'm wicked inland, Mitch. Like, I am very inland. I am the closest coast I have, if I go diagonal, is Myrtle Beach. And that's still 3.5 hours away. 2.5 if I'm really stupid. And whatchamacalls. So it's like for me smelling it, it's like, am I on drugs? Did something happen? Am I about to die? Like, it's just really weird. Ooh, her skin be looking fresh. Mm-hmm. That was the wrong one. But yeah. I miss the ocean, very much so. I am Moana. The ocean is a friend of mine. Speaking of Disney, again, just going off on subjects because my ADHD is flying all over the place today. Who here has seen Encanto? Since we don't want to talk about Spider-Man right now because we do not want spoilers. My black tuxedo cat always misses my boyfriend when he's gone. He's supposed to be mine. Listen, don't hate. I miss Florida. I don't like the ocean in the South though, dude, because it's so hot. Like you gotta go to New England where the ocean gets nice and cool and it actually refreshes you in the heat. It doesn't make you more hot. Like that was something that pissed me off. I went to Myrtle Beach with again my mom, my dad, and my now deceased best friend. And when we went, one, I got sun poisoning, and it was horrible. Well, I haven't seen it a lot on my Pinterest lately, but character designs are nice. Strap on spelled backwards is no. You know what, Helmet? Whatchamacallit though? I went and I was checking for seashells and everything, and I got sun poisoning. And the reason I got sun poisoning is because I couldn't go in the water. And the reason I couldn't go in the water is because the water was fucking hot. Like, it was 92 degrees and the water was 85. And I was like, what is this bullshit? What is even life right now? What's not worth it? I love living here. You're 123 miles from the Gulf. I don't know how many miles I am, and I don't want to announce where I live. But all I know is that I'm definitely not close to the Carolina coast. I got some distance. I got a little bit of a distance. What color should her eyes be, guys? I always do the skin first and then I do the hair and the clothing. What should her eyes be? I want to keep it Christmas themed. Encanto was really good, and that's why I was asking. Green? Who else says green? Yeah, Encanto was really good, and that's what I was asking because I feel like no one's talking about it, and I'm mad because it's a really good film. But purple isn't Christmas themed, Velvet, even though I do like purple. If she was a spring fairy, I'd do purple, or even a Valentine's Day fairy. Emeralds, we got 2 for green. But yeah, I watched it because I went to see it because the music looked like it slapped, and it does. And I was worried it would be woke, and it was not. At least not as far as I was. My measurement of woke, it was not there. And that's what I was happy about. I was like, you know what? I could walk in, I could enjoy it. Well, emerald is merely just a darker green, so I mean, green it is. I'm sorry, Velvet. But whatchamacallit, yeah, I went to see it and I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like not enough people are talking about it. And that sucks because, like I said, it's a really good film. Are you light green? Yes. You're who I needed. I love drawing eyes. I got a thing about them. The movie, it seems like it has good culture shown. The problem is that with a lot of movies, and this is where Velvet, hopefully you don't hate me. I am not about the woke crowd. I'm not about woke movies. And the problem is that they're really, the culture may be good, but if everything is about white man bad and things like that, it stops being fun. And that's the biggest problem I think I have with a lot of movies these days, especially done by like Lin-Manuel and everything. It's always about the bad guy, and then the bad guy's always the white guy, and this took place in Colombia, so I was like, there shouldn't be a reason there's white people in it, and thankfully there wasn't. And so I was like, wow, I can actually just go and enjoy the film and see a story and not feel guilted. This is great. I'm enjoying this. And so that's exactly what I did. I went and I enjoyed it, and I was so happy. And I have been singing We Don't Talk About Bruno and What Else Can I Do for a while. And I can't stand it because I can't get the damn songs out of my head. Christmas Vacation, yes. Applaud Serenity because she is 100% right. Yes. That is the Christmas movie. We watch it every Christmas morning. That is a tradition in my household. Every year we watch Christmas Vacation because that is the movie. You don't watch any other. I I don't know why you would. I gotta bring myself to watch Disney movies. Well, I mean, if you have Disney Plus, it's coming out on December 24th. I'm just saying the woke crowd loves to say that we need representation, but right. And this was the good kind. It wasn't like that West Side Story bullshit. It was a good movie. It was fun and it was about family and it was good. And that's why I'm pissed because they're like, "Oh, it's a flop." Why? Why is it a flop? It's a good family film. I really enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, I cried through most of the film, but in like a relatable way. Like Mirabelle, I related to her. Oh, nope, not my husband. Thought it was. But yeah, I related to Mirabelle. She tried so I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but yeah, definitely. Christmas Story. I Die Hard, yes. Mitch, I don't like A Christmas Story. I find it so boring. Everyone loves it, and I don't. I don't know why. I just don't. I mean, yeah, it's got some very iconic visuals, but movie itself, I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through, and if I have, it's that forgettable for me. There's another movie coming out from Disney Pixar called Turning Red. Yes, and that one, it takes place in Canada, and I kind of really want to see it. Like, it looks so funny and it's so cute. And plus it takes place in the early 2000s, so when I was in high school. And so I definitely kind of want to see that because I think it's going to be really cute. But yeah, like Turning Red looks really good. And I was not interested at all in it until I saw the longer preview. There's this girl Abby that decks May May and I fucking died. I love Abby. She's my life right now. Just from that one scene, I hope she doesn't turn out to be a really annoying character because just that scene alone, when she goes, "Abby, hit me," and this girl just goes right across the face and just fucking lays her out. I was dying. I have Disney Plus because of the Marvel and Star Wars stuff. I just gotta watch more Disney stuff on it. I watched the new Clifford movie. I honestly will tell you, I wasn't a Clifford person when Clifford came out the first time. I had zero interest in it. But some people like it, and I say more power to. Excuse me. Well, the thing is, so actually, I figured it out by what May May had, and also if you watch the trailer, right? And someone pointed out where it's actually on one of the images, it shows her class tag, and it says 2002 to 2003. So that's how you know. Um, but whatchamacalls it, I figured it out because when she was on the train and she's like, the gotta get the grind, the guy has a flip phone, but she also has a Tamagotchi. And she had Lisa Frank stickers on her little flute thing. And that's how I knew when it went around the time that it was. I put all that together. But then afterwards I watched a review of the trailer where they got the information. I was like, ha! I didn't need the inside information. I knew because I was there. How dare you? I am chaotic that way, aren't I? So I'm a big Firefly Serenity fan. Yes, the name. They are remaking it totally. Ugh. And you know what? I was not a massive Firefly fan, but my dad and I watched the Serenity film, and I thought it was really, really good. So I am so sorry they're doing that to you, or by proxy your fandom. But still, it's getting terrible. They're really doing that to a lot of things these days, and they don't realize how bad it is. As far as I know, the Little Mermaid, the Black Little Mermaid, that got finally axed. I hope so. From what I've heard, it's finally, and I hope so because seriously, stop turning everything woke. It doesn't make it better. If you want to reimagine a story, boom, I am there. I got you. I am ready for it. I love watching a original reimagining of something. When you take it and you make it something new and it's enjoyable and I'm there. I got you. Front row seat. When you just take it and just slap a different colored person on it or make them suddenly gay or whatever you want to do, and there's no reasoning behind it. And then if you do make reasoning behind it, it's just like tragic backstory bullshit. It's annoying and it's boring. And that's why nobody comes to see your shit, people. What? I was looking forward to the tokenized Ariel. Shut up, McTwiz. You liar. Liar. Let's see. Like, if they had said Queen Latifah was gonna be Ursula, wouldn't have cared. Ursula's got purple skin. So there's no traditional. Um it's when you sit there and have you seen the Brandy Cinderella? Okay, so that's where I'm a little weird. Oh shit, I dropped my cap. I dropped the cap on its ass. I really love that Cinderella, but here's why. None of the casting makes sense racially. None of it. None of that casting makes sense. A white man and a black woman made a Filipino kid. Okay. And then you've got this white woman with a redheaded child and a black child, but she only got married once before Brandy's dad. Make it make sense. So it's like you could tell they did just casting to cast. And I don't care when they do that. I really don't. When they cast just to cast, good. Go on. Go get you shit. I don't care. It's my issue is when they cast to the Little Mermaid film is still coming out. They already ew no. Esteban, lie to me instead. There's a whole thing in 2015 Fantastic Four. If they that I forgot that even existed. That's how shitty it was, okay? No one even remembers it. No one even remembers that stupid ass film. You know why? Because nobody enjoyed it. I've had my phone face down all this time. Oh shit. Sorry guys. I totally punched you. I apologize. No. Obey. Obey. I think that's good. Oh yeah, I got text messages, I've got alerts. Shit. Who's been texting me? We got all these messages left and right. Okay. Wasn't as big a deal as I thought. Okay, good. All's good. I know you guys are worried. I've settled your Melissa McCarthy's going to be Ursula. I don't mind that. I think she can be very funny, but I think she's more of a soft humor. She's going to have to be a little mean. I hope she can be. At least they got a fat bitch. They have representation. She's unapologetically fat, guys. Fat rep. I cringed. I cringed so hard when that woman was mad. The one I posted on my video. And she's like, this is not okay. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, no one cares. You're the only one that cares. No, we don't need fat rep. No, we don't need unapologetically fat. Like, what? What is your problem? What is your problem? So you're literally telling someone that they are no longer valuable unless they have cellulite? What are you, the modeling industry? Opposite? Like, what the fuck? For real. You're not okay because you're not a clown and you're not acting like the unapologetically fat bitch we want you to be. You're no longer valuable. Your acting skills were only good when you were fat. Ugh. Whatever, you fucktard. I can't deal with that. It really pisses me off. The problem is that we have so many white writers and creators who can't write a POC story. So they think, well, that's the other problem that you have. You have people who demand representation, but then they also will accept the sloppy seconds of a poor writer. If you want real representation, make a movie about what you want in your own representation, but don't accept what someone that you feel is not qualified to do just so that way you can claim you got it. Because all they do is they piss off white people by taking traditionally white characters and turning them black, which doesn't do anything. It doesn't fix the problem. Oh, great. Ariel's black. And now suddenly racism is over. Congrats, everybody. Like, God, I think I hit the camera a little too hard earlier by accident. Is that better? That seems more accurate. All I want is to be treated like a person. Fat is just a size, no different. That's my take. I just want to be treated like a person. I don't need any special treatment. I was watching America's Next Top Model and the junk was wild. I was actually surprised at what they considered fat. Yeah. There's plenty of great black. There are plenty of great black characters. I love Melissa McCartney. I think she can pull off the mean look. See, I didn't see Thunder Force or Happy Time Murders. I guess I'm going to have to look at those. The funny thing about that whole story is Ursula is technically a better role model than Ariel. One chick was singing about being a big girl. The other wanted to change herself for a man. Don't you hate on my poor Ariel. But see, at the same time, when you look at Ariel, what 16-year-old isn't like Ariel? I remember laughing even as a kid. I'm 16 years old. I'm not a child anymore. And especially as an adult, when you hear that line, it hits you so differently. Hearing her scream that, and you're like, oh, honey, you don't even know what kind of a child you are. And my dad has a saying, both my parents, you don't even know what you don't know. And I feel like kids like Ariel, you don't know what you don't know. And I do believe there are many people in the woke crowd that are just like that. We need more black representation so we can have better black-centric stories without tokenizing the characters. But that's my thing. I don't mind if a black writer gets in there as long as they're good. If you want representation and you want to make sure you are good at what you do. And that's my main gripe. They would rather take someone based on the checklist they have from the woke list rather than they're really good at it. They don't want a writer who writes genuinely good stories. They want a writer who is a lesbian or trans or was a victim of assault or has has 5 different degrees in women's studies. They never want somebody who's genuinely good. They will overlook a black writer who doesn't write the way they want. So or isn't fitting the mold they need. And that's the biggest problem. They'll discredit somebody who's black if it doesn't fit the narrative that they want. Look at Larry Elder. Larry Elder suddenly is the face of white supremacy. He is a black man. But because he doesn't fit the mold they want him in, well, now he's a white supremacist. So he's not good enough to run for office. He's not good enough to try for these things. And that is a problem that I have. They sit there and say they want the representation. And I'm not specifically meaning you, Julian. What I'm saying is they're saying they want these representation, but they will purposely exclude someone who doesn't fit their mold. There is more than one kind of black person out there. Just there's more than one kind of white person out there. Like, for instance, I, as a white person, cannot stand this whole narrative of white people can't cook. Fuck you. Have you ever met someone from the Mediterranean? You got to meet somebody that is Greek, that is French, that is Italian. You got to meet someone from that area. We can cook the shit out of anybody. And, well, we probably could cook a shit out of somebody, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's something where they only base it off of knowing a couple of people from a certain demographic that didn't learn to cook because their country of origin didn't use things like that. But then they base it on all of white people. And so and then it becomes the butt of every joke, it becomes the idea of every joke. I think we just need better writers in general. Agreed. We just need better writers. Right now, we settle. We settle for people, and we settle for them because we do not want to seem like we are judging. And I'm actually going to touch on this in the video. Like, I cannot go into Hooters and get a job, at least not on the sales floor, not the way I am. Am I oppressed? Or is it because I'm trying to do something that is not in my wheelhouse? Never ever thought the Dave Chappelle black white supremacy skit would become reality. And that's my thing. You have to go for what you're good at. You can't be sitting here and going for something you're not good at, and then when people say no to you, say, "Oh, well, that's because you're judging me based on my race. You're judging me based on my looks. You're judging me based on this." You have to judge based on talent. And that's my thing. I think overall, because even the white writers can't write for shit. None of them can. You know, High Guardian Spice, look at that. That supposedly had all the representation. It was shit. It's utter shit. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen come out of any anime. And it's like, and then you look at the Cowboy Bebop. There was this scene. I think it was either Disparity. Somebody on Instagram shared it, and I watched this scene, and it's like, and Jet goes, "You trying to blackmail me?" And she goes, "Well, you are a black male." And I sat there, and it's even cringier if you watch it. And I sat there and I said to myself, in perspective, I said, I want us all to think about this. Someone sat down, physically took their hands and put them on a typewriter and put them on a keyboard and typed this out. Then they sent it to the producer, who approved it, who then sent it to the script editor, who approved it, who then sent this to the actors who read it, practiced it with a straight face, and then they filmed it, put it in editing on filming. Somehow, all of these people are getting paid more than me. I don't fucking get it. We also have Nellis in Hollywood. Almost everyone is, yes. That is 100%, Julianne. 100%. If you don't know somebody, you're not getting in. And regrettably, that is most of America today. Like, a lot of folks say they like my voice and they say I should become a voice actor. Here's the problem with that. You have to know somebody. There is a select amount of voice actors. Look at Tara Strong. I love Tara Strong. Tara Strong has done like 50 different roles. Sometimes numerous ones in the same show. Okay? You will get one actor doing numerous roles in one show, and that's very common. And I'm not disparaging them. Look, it saves you money. But that's why you're not seeing new people come out. It's why you're not seeing new talent or anything else, because it's not worth it to them when they've already got this one person that's well known and they can pay them a set amount and not have to worry about this new person coming around fucking up their shit. It's annoying, but that's the way it is. Let's see. I refuse to see it, and now that it's canceled, there's no reason to see it except for like memes. That's it. There's no reason to see it now. Not for me, at least. There's almost no optimism, positivity, hopefulness. Everything has to be grifty. Yeah, and see, I try not to be grifty, as you say. I try very hard not to be, because it is kind of gross. And but again, that's the problem that we have today. Nothing is just like, for instance, the movies that have come out lately that I feel were more along the lines of fun and happy, were like Luca and Encanto, and even to an extent, Raya and the Last Dragon. These were all pretty damn good films. And they all got beat to shit. Why? Oh, because Raya wasn't really a lesbian. Oh, because there wasn't enough unique representation. There wasn't this. Stop. Just enjoy the film. Like, just enjoy the damn film. Enjoy what it is. We used to go to the movies to just feel good. Now we go to the movies because we have to, have some kind of message shoved in our face. Why? Can't we just have fun? Where I miss when we could just have fun. My dad won't watch football now. And like I said, he has a Patriots room and he doesn't watch football. You know why? Because they've ruined it for him. My dad is a 71-year-old white male. He is being told by America that he, as a veteran and a white male, is evil. So my dad doesn't do any of it anymore because he's tired of being told how bad of a person he is. And, that bothers me. Yeah, I mentioned this on your last episode with you. Yeah, we're taking away what made the world fun. Stop telling people they're evil purely for existing. And let's just have fun, guys. Let's just enjoy things. Let's just, and even me, and Dan might be touching on the fact that I was bitching about fan art. At the same time, even though I bitch about it, I don't actively try to stop it because let people have fun. Why can't we have fun without it being a political statement, without it being some woke messaging? Why can't we just enjoy things? Cool thing though is now with the internet and access to technology, people can start their own TV shows. Right. Like what I'm doing right here. This is something that we as kids didn't have access to. So I 100% agree on that one. 100%. This is something that we couldn't do before. I kind of feel sorry for young people nowadays never knowing a world without right. They don't know a world that doesn't involve, political messaging and things like that. And they don't know a world where, even if the media is biased, they weren't so obvious about it. Most of the movies I felt the hype this year were poorly written and the good ones not hyped enough. You can tell the media is just oversaturated what they think is. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Julianne. Yes, she's preaching today. It's 100% like, and I've been noticing that over the last few years. So like when I was younger, my mom and dad would say it and I was like, wow, they're just being really judgmental. And then as I got older, I realized they were right. Watch the Academy Awards. Every time a movie wins, it's rarely a movie you have seen. It's more than likely a movie that you've heard about, that got hyped, but that you've never seen yourself. And I don't know a world without cell phones and social media. Oh, they don't know. I thought you said you don't know a world. It's like, you're so young. But you rarely see any movies that get pushed to the front that are, I just gotta say, I'm just segue. I'm pretty damn proud of those wings. They're gonna have white lines to them eventually, but I'm proud of that. You never see any movies that are just happy. Like I loved watching Luca because it was just so fucking cute and happy. And then I got really pissed because people started shipping the boys. Anyways, before I start getting pissy again. It's a matter of people are not enjoying the things to have fun. Like that's why I like Studio Ghibli films because even if there is a message in them, half the time you can't understand the message. So you can just enjoy the pretty stuff. They gave Ghostbusters 2016 a better rating than the new one. I heard the new one was fantastic. And I think it's really unfair the way they're just trying to down it. Now, I didn't hate the women one. I didn't hate it. Is it amazing? No. But I could have fun in it, and I could, at the time, it was still a little bit easier to ignore the woke shit. Now it's just so in your face, like, and that's again going back to what Julianne said about lazy writing. Marielle should have dark red hair, but I'm gonna make her outfit red. Wouldn't that be a little too clashy? Oh, I wonder, because I was gonna make her hair kind of like black. partially because I may have overdrawn on her hair. They even made the new Chucky. Oh my god, I won't even talk about the new Chucky, because when I heard about that, I'm like, you're really trying to make Chucky morally honest? Really? That this is the narrative we're gonna try to go with? Chucky. Do you know what he did? Do you know the kind of person he was? And okay, sure, why not? Let's go with that. Let's make the homicidal voodoo priest. Yep. Okay. Doesn't help that really old men. And the problem is they're the old men that only have one political sect. But then you hear like things that happened to Brendan Fraser, where that same old man that is supposedly all about the woke stuff grabs the crotch of an actor and then tries to shame him for saying, "Hey, that's not okay," and ruins a man's career. Like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Exactly. It's a serial killer's spirit stuck in a doll, but let's make him morally kind. He literally tried to murder a little boy, but he is so about gay rights. You know, guys. That's all he does in his afterlife. Poor Brendan. Yeah, I'm so sad about that, because it's just, but that's why I'm glad he's getting his comeback, because like, and the worst thing is, like, when you see all of Brendan Fraser's films, he looks like he's just like this badass guy, but he's just a soft little marshmallow, and it bothers me even more that they did that to our soft little marshmallow. But that's why, again, like I said to you guys in our interview, I'm so glad he is getting his renaissance. I'm so glad he's coming back and he is getting back on top, and we're going to see more movies of him. And so, you know what? The Lord works in mysterious ways. It sucked how it went down, but he's coming back and he'll be better than ever. Ooh, that was my neck. Pop. So let's see. The shadows look great on the front. Oh, thank you. I like him, and I think he is starting to do well again. Like, I don't think he expected everyone to get excited about him coming back, because that's the problem. Once an actor leaves our eyes, we don't get enough time to notice, because they thrust another one in our face. And in my opinion, they do that, especially like, look at Gina Carano. Gina Carano was on a very big rise, and as soon as she wasn't profitable anymore to them, oh, they sunk her as quickly as they could. You don't see anything about her anymore. No support, no nothing. Oh, I forgot to put whoopsie doodle. So, all right, so now I've got to ask, because I don't know. I've never done a stream before. So, how long do you think our stream should last, guys? Should it be until I finish the drawing, or should it be until everyone gets tired? Because we are now rounding on hour 2. So, what do you guys think? 5 fresh movies are always lame. Yes, you made me want to cry. Hi, Luke. Oh yeah, Tulsi's amazing, and they really ran her out. And you know what? Tulsi's the kind of Democrat where I would have considered voting for her. You know why? Because she isn't a bitch. She's not a Hillary Clinton. She actually wants to make a difference in the country, and damn, we can't have that. Like, oh, fuck that. Totally. Well, I wasn't sure. Like, I didn't know if you guys, if it's getting like, damn star, calm down, or I don't know. Again, this is all new to me, guys. I'm usually following someone else's lead. So this is my show, and I've never had one before. So longer streams also have a chance of attracting more viewers. Well, I will say at the height, I had 22 people. We've stayed steady at 16, so I'm really thrilled to have you guys here. That's why I wanted to know. Segue, going back on her hair, Should I do deep red on her hair? Do I have deep red? That's another excellent question. These are my reds, and I have to use them for her outfit. I think you should finish the coloring. I can do that. Let's do her outfit first. Let's see which red is dying and which one isn't. I'm pretty sure this isn't one. Yeah, because it's more pinky, and I don't use the pink one. Let's start with that. Her hair is what I was, excuse me. Her hair is what I was consternating over when I first started. I was like, shit, what am I going to do for the hair? Her hair could be white. It could be. I'm going to have to, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to play with it. Fix where I fucked up because I colored on her hair all over here and stuff. I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened. She'll be at risk of getting replaced by a black actor. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad, McTwiz. See, I asked Julie, I don't know if you guys were able to answer because the chat kind of went fast when I asked that. So what makes it worth being a patron to somebody on Patreon, by the way? I know you guys said have a locals as well, but either you answered and I don't remember because I have ADHD or what, but what makes it worth being a patron, giving someone that dollar? Like giving someone that $1 to $5 a month, what makes it worth it? Because that's where I think I'm struggling the most. Because right now what I currently post is works in progress. If people get early access to my video, shit like that, but beyond that, I'm just not aware. Daniel would also like to know the answer to so any help is beautiful. Oh, I lost 2 people. I shouldn't have asked about the Patreon. It's just good to find out about these things to begin with. I think I'm going to shade this with purple because it's going to be dark enough. Let's see. If I do orange, that'll be really weird, though, color-wise. For me personally, if I'm passionate about their craft, Discord, and content. So you think it comes down to just me having... Oh, your name is Juliana. Oh, you could have corrected me all this time. I thought it was Julianne because I'm too busy focusing on this. So whenever I look over here, my eyes are a little blurry. I'm sorry about it, Juliana. None of you corrected me. You all saw her name. I'm judging everyone right now. Let's see. I am not doing rainbow. How dare you, Sean? Let's see. Used to it. I didn't even notice. Well, see, because my name's Cassandra, and a lot of people say Cassandra, and that drives me up a wall sideways. And I know it's stupid, but it really does. It makes me insane. I can't stand it. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out what color to shade her with. See, and now I started thinking about the Encanto songs, and now I've got the Sisters song stuck in my head. Careful, it's carnivorous, a little bit won't do. Wanna feel the shiver of something new. For me, it's Julie, because that's my mom's name. I'm always like, I ain't my mom. I definitely get that. Don't call me Julie. I will remember that for the future because I do tend, just that way I don't forget names. I'll tend to give nicknames, and so I'll use the shorter version of people's names. So that's good to know. I didn't want to piss you off, and I just fucked up again. Damn it! Just doing direct donations. See, I like the idea of having exclusive content though, and because the tiers, it it helps sort it out for me. You know what I'm saying, McTwiz? Like, it helps in my brain if I'm gonna give someone for their donations. Their Patreon structures it so you get actual reminders, and that's the biggest part of it all. Is that I literally will get, hey, this person was on this tier, you owe them this. That huge help, huge, huge by a smidge. I still screwed up though. I'll have to go back and fix that later. Forgot to do the rest of her arm. I think I got distracted by something, but I don't know what. Me? Distracted? Never. The white hair could work with some light blue. Yeah, that's what I grabbed this one out for. I'm going to try to shade with that minty blue color. That's the problem, is that I use blue a lot. So that's what I run out of the quickest. I run out of so many blues. And blues, grays, and tans, I run out of the quickest. So you can tell what I color with the most. That's why I like buying the giant sets of markers, because then I get a large variety. So when I wear out one, I can go on to the next. Let's see. There we go. So one thing I don't like about Ohuhu is that their nib, come on, focus. Focus! Their nib gets really busted really easy. It gets very like flayed. That pisses me off. But otherwise, they're really good. I do have a Discord, Juliana. I do have one. I am not good at that stuff just because I haven't learned it yet. So I need to learn it and get that all set up. I have it, and I've had it set up now for 3 years. Yeah, I've had my Discord sitting there, just kind of like friolating on the back burner for quite some time. And maybe I will utilize it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, you're too dark. You're too dark. No, 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 no. You're dying, but we'll try it. I don't need a lot. See, and that's something I like. So, you know how like people say mukbangs make them want to eat? I don't get that sensation, but when I watch people draw, same, Daniel, same. I get that immediate urge to just like go and color. What I hate, any fellow artists in here, I hate when you are out and about and you're minding your own business, and then you get the immediate inspiration to draw something really cool. And because you've gotten that inspiration while you're out and about, you are not going to remember by the time you get home. And you might remember 2 days later, but again, it's still too late. And you can't do it. Yes. Do you read philosophy? You know what? I don't. I should, but I don't. I want to, But the problem is, and this is something I've noticed as I've gotten older, this is a very bad habit, but it's a truth. I actually have a very hard time keeping information. So, especially because the last few years, I had to, when I was selling mattresses, I had to memorize hundreds of products, and not only memorize the products, but I had to remember what they did, what their features were, what their functions were, what their price were, what the availability was, what kind of person they would work for, things like that. And so it put me into this habit of I could not take in new information or learn too many new things because I didn't want to be detrimental to the thing that I have to learn. Fire, fire alpaca? See, I use Clip Art Studio, and Photoshop. Well, that's because Esteban, you saying that I am doing good drawing and talking at the same time. Yeah, you know why? Because my husband has this darling habit of waiting till I'm in the middle of concentrating on something, right? And he'll wait, and that is the moment he decides he has to talk to me. He decides at that moment he has to say something, something important has come up, and then he has the audacity to say, "You're not even listening to me." Damn straight I'm not. I'm doing something, damn it. I have to read with the book, an audiobook, and maybe read it twice, and then I'm somewhat versed in the subject. But oh, you're dyslexic. Oh gosh. See, for me, it's a matter of I used to be able to retain more information, but I honestly believe part of it is, Juliana, is that I don't know if the shock of loss partially did this to me. Ever since I lost family the way I did, I have had a harder time retaining information. Now, I don't know if I've caused some kind of brain damage. I don't know if it's something to look it up. I am going to talk to my doctor about it when I actually finally see her again. But until then, I just kind of, the problem is I'm a very make do person. I'm like, well, it happened to me and that's all there is. So, oh well. And everyone gets very mad at me for that. I'm very bad about that. Plus, I do have to use, and Sean graciously donated it to me, a beautiful tablet that I have been terrified to open. And so it sits safe and protected on the side of my desk because I'm just so scared. Like, it's so big and beautiful, and it's going to be such a good product, and I'm so scared to open it up and have like a cat run across my desk and crash it, or um have I'm sorry to hear everyone's mind. It's, I don't know what it is with mine. It's just been, I've had a very stressful past few years. It's very weird. I'm pretty open about my struggles, about things that have happened in my life, and the funniest part is that I've had a boss say to me once, and I think I said this on the interview the other day. My boss said to me, he goes, "You have to understand that you sound like you're making all this up." And I'm like, "I'm not. I promise I'm not. I'm not making it up. It's all true." And self-published 5 books, collected over 1,000. Sure, it may take me longer. Damn, Daniel. I never met someone with a worse memory than me. I can barely remember my age half the time. Numbers just don't. Oh, numbers? Oh, fuck numbers. Screw mathematics. Don't even deal with it. The worst thing is I have a pretty good memory, but for things that, unimportant things, I can remember quite well. Things that really don't need to be remembered, I got you. But everyone's like, "You need to watch this new anime." I'm like, "I really don't. No, I don't." And you know why I don't need to? Because I don't need to take in information about a new anime. Like, and I've already slightly been like this my whole life because, like, for instance, when people are super fans of something, typically they memorize like the actors' names and things like that. My husband laughs at me because I never know bands at all. I never know a band's name. I never know who sang it. Don't ask me. I'll be like, this song. da, 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 and then everyone's like, oh, this very well-known band, and I'm like, sure, why not? Of course it's a well-known band. I don't know them. I have just a really bad habit of just not wanting to, maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's partially both. Who knows? Who knows? I'm so mad about her hair here. I'm gonna have to go in with something and make it a little more appropriate. Go. Let's see. Hey, if you can recognize them, it's not all that bad. I recognize their voices. I'm really good with voices. Like, I can tell you if I hear a voice from one show, my husband will do that. He'll quiz me. Or there's this game called Idol Master, and he will quiz me on who's singing, and I'm pretty good at guessing who's singing at the time. So I'm good with noises. And also he'll quiz me on who's singing with the Backstreet Boys, and I pretty much nail it every time. That's why I love watching The Masked Singer. When I do know a voice, I know the voice, and there's no way you can trick me. But if I don't know the voice, I get hella pissed when I find out later that I was wrong. I'm like, no! How dare they? But that's why I really enjoy watching it, because it's kind of funny. All right, she's almost done, guys. What do you think? I got to finish her pupils and a couple of things, but... Oh, thank you. She's looking good. The Invisible Gorilla. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to recognize the voices as well. This is driving me nuts because right now I keep thinking I'm hearing my husband's home, and I know he's not. Because, again, the dogs aren't barking. This is the sucky part. Then I have to go back over with the line art. She looks so vibrant. I try to be very vibrant with what I draw. And I feel like whenever it gets to the phase of putting it up on Instagram, it doesn't always work. Oof. Anybody else live in the South? Are you getting like barometric pressure pain out the wazoo? I am getting so much sinus pressure right now. What the fuck? Let's see. This is something where I actually have a hard time. Like, normally I'm drawing like this close. Like, I am usually right up on the paper. So drawing this far away has actually been kind of difficult, but this is the challenge and I've been doing it. Now I want to draw. You should do it, Sean! So you're in Michigan. She looks great. She looks beautiful. Oh, thank you, guys. Let's see. Now that is my husband. I bet. Just heard the vibration. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Let me see. Let me see. This is the benefit of having security cameras. Oh, I don't see him. Oh, and if any of you have kids, something really darling that ADT has right now is you can click on a camera, right? So you click on a camera and you can select Santa. And it might not show up yet. And you can pick a Santa that you can put in the yard for the kids. on your security camera. How stinking fucking cute is that? And you can do it in daylight or you can do it in night vision. I just thought that was so cute. I had to share that with you guys. So if you have ADT and you have it on, you have your little thing on your phone, check that out. It's adorable. What, pups? What? What's the matter you? What's the matter you? Huh? What? I know. But let's see. I think it's so funny, but I think it's also really cute. I just think it's really precious that they have that for people. Now this is where it's gonna be a little ghetto. So I have like a bunch. I have you revved up right there. I just gotta. There we go. I gotta do one thing that I forgot. I forgot to shade for the red. I think my dogs are asking me to let them outside. If you kids are okay with me going and letting them out really quick. Let's see. It's 2:30. Yeah, they haven't gone out in about 4 or 5 hours. You guys care if I go let my dogs out really quick? Be super quick. Be right back. You got a Ring doorbell? I love those. The Rings are amazing. They don't have Ring with ADT anymore, which is annoying. Yeah. I will be right back. Yes, I'm gonna go free their bladders more than anything. All right, guys, who wants to go outside? Want to go outside? You do. Oh, Axel, is your leg stuck and you're like tired? All right, sit. Oh, thank you. Wait. Oh, good job. Ready to come back in? Good job. Very good. Come on. Let's go back to the live stream before I lose all my followers. Yeah. Come on. I know. That's a lovely gift. You can bring it with you. Well, I know Orion definitely thanks you guys because he just let out like half the ocean. So, what if the drawing started moving? Ew, don't say that. That'd be so scary. I come back in. God. Let's see. So, let's start. I don't know if anyone else has this problem with Posca, but they get very angry at me. So let's see. Here we go. This is the only part I go very quiet for. I can see her wink. Hey, listen, you want to animate her to wink? You go right ahead. I better not walk back in and see her winking, because you know what? You all are on your own at that point. I will just be gone. My dogs have it down to a science. They have their own private yard. So they don't have to like go very far, and I don't have to walk out there with them. So it just comes down to they go out there, they get it done. My dogs are very spoiled, especially Orion. Like right now, because there's a mess on my couch, the couch is off limits to everyone, including people. We have it coated in a cleaning powder. So the dogs can't get on it, the humans can't get on it, and the dogs are very upset with me over this. So upset that the only chair we have that's soft to sit on is what I call my tea chair. It's a wingback green chair. And it's it's a little worse for wear now too. Again, because one, I'm a fat ass, and two, because whenever I sit on it, Orion decides he's got to sit right behind me. Now, Orion weighs 110 pounds, folks. I weigh 400. So I need you to think about what that does to this poor little wingback chair. And Orion will crawl on you if need be. He will crawl over you. He wants soft, he wants comfort, and he will get it in whatever way he can. So I learned to deal. Now, if that's not my husband, I want to know what the fuck people are doing with their freaking radios around these parts. I'm waiting for the bark. Usually, if it's my husband, the dogs will start barking their heads off. Because I'm shocked. Usually, like, he works for a warehouse for a market chain, and they have not been. When we originally had the issue with the cargo ships, that was the first part that ruined his pay. Now I want to sound. The wings look like so much cooler now. Oh, thank you. I felt they were missing a little something, something. They need a little bit of that touch of wintry magic. Lost train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, and so they cut off a bunch of stores that his warehouse was delivering to, and so he hasn't had a lot of hours. All right, guys, I might do one last thing for her, but otherwise, what you think? Have you ever watched The King of the Hill? So who's your favorite character? Mine is Hank. I'm very weird about King of the Hill because I've been it's after, thank God, Family Guy is no longer coming on all the time. They have King of the Hill coming on all the time on Cartoon Network, which I always have on, and I never realized what a fucking grump Hank was. I used to get really annoyed with Bobby. Bobby doesn't annoy me as much anymore as he used to. I don't know, it's weird. I kind of love and hate them all. Uh Dale, I want to fucking. There was an episode they just had where he was making a tunnel underneath the house, and he ended up putting a tunnel underneath Hank's house, and he screwed up Hank's house, and somehow ended up making Hank the bad guy. And I was just thinking how none of that would have happened if it happened to me, because I would have broken Dale's legs. So the man would not have survived long enough to get his finger cut off, because I would have just killed him. And so that's like where my brain goes on this stuff. I'm trying to think of what I should do for the background color, because I want to do for any of you that follow my artwork on Instagram, like I did for the Halloween things. I want to do a color around her, but I don't know what color to do. Oh, Andrea had the same feelings about Bobby. I used to be so annoyed with Bobby. I actually enjoy King of the Hill much more compared to back then. Yeah, in some ways I enjoy it more, and in some ways I don't. It's weird. I heard they got rid of Family Guy on Cartoon Network. I think they lost the license to air it on there. Honestly, I'm glad they did. I can't stand Family Guy, and this is coming from a Rhode Islander. I can't stand it. But partly why I didn't like it is, one, the jokes were boring to me, and two, I got really tired of the pedophile Jesus jokes. Really tired of it. And so I was like, I don't find you funny. I think I like, yeah. I'm gonna surround her in gold. I was thinking I do, but I'm just gonna do a line around her, and I'm gonna do it in this more golden color. And make it a little more. This one right here. I think that one will work really nicely. Gold. The problem is I might have actually. Let me think. Let me get all these Macas out of the way. See, the house is usually not this quiet. So I'm having a hard time guesstimating what engine I'm hearing. Nope, still not him. So I might be hearing the engine of a plane or something. Oh, an a-hole? Yeah. Redcorn. Dale may not be the nicest guy on the planet, but oh my god, John Redcorn, you freaking whore. Like, my god. Although I will say that when Bobby was having that whole little, I'm gonna drink dog's blood, Redcorn came through. So that was really cool. So he gets my blessings that way. He does get somewhat of a thumbs up. And they did design him to be hot, but I don't know how someone like Dale can just be so, what's the word I'm looking for? I did not used to be a Rick and Morty fan. Let me tell you, I was like, I refused to, because at the time I thought Rick was just going with some random kid, and I was like, oh, so we're promoting pedophilia. Cool, okay. That's what I thought Rick and Morty was. I was like, this is disgusting. I don't want to see it. And then I was like, oh, it's his grandpa. Oh, because see, my first introduction, again, this is what I'm talking about. My first introduction to Rick and Morty was slash art. Okay? That's how I first found out about Rick and Morty. And I was like, I thought, so it disgusted me. I did not want any part of that. But then I saw this scene, if you guys remember, where he gave Morty that little helmet that let him hear animals, and the squirrels were shouting at Morty, "Excuse me, little boy." And I remember seeing that, and I fucking died laughing. And then after that, I was like, all right, let's see what it's about. And I genuinely enjoy it now. They got me. They got me. Took me a while, but they got me. And my brother will say he never liked Rick and Morty, but he used to. But then, I don't know. Some people claim he never liked it, and that's one of the other reasons, because my brother will sometimes claim, if you're here, Philip, I'm sorry, but it's true. Sometimes you'll claim for shows that are really awesome and they're really not, but whatever. The Morty's Mind Blowers! Whatchamacalls it? The Two Crows thing threw me off too. Like, and anything better than Morty. Anything better than Morty. Let's see. Yeah, I like giving us little gold. I feel it gives her like almost this ornament charm to her. Maybe I can add like, watch this, watch how I drew this, da 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 da. See, now what I gotta figure out is how to speed up this later. Because if I download this onto my computer will literally cry at me. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's see. I definitely thought Rick was a pedophile, straight up. Like, I really thought the whole show was about, like, pedophilia, and I was pissed. Esteban, let me tell you, I was super pissed. I was like, why is this show even on? Like, I was not about that life. It's like, it's a giant ode to Nambla. But again, I was wrong. I can admit I was wrong. I was a true hater at first. But they won me over with their wit. So I guess it's a good show. Baka. That's an old reference. I'm dating myself for sure there. Let's see. You can tell on times when I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck something up, I go very quiet. See, now I haven't seen that episode, the giant incest baby. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard about it. Oh, I'm not good enough yet for that, Serenity. I do appreciate the compliment, but I need drawing classes myself. I am so not good enough for that. But I would definitely love it, like, if you just like the way that I do things, if you just want to watch that, I can go through my process on a video sometime. Yes. I'm glad I found that out before I started saying that too much, because it was just ugh. But this is why I hate slash and fan art. Ugh. I hate it. But now that I'm almost done with her, what do you guys think? Like, how did you enjoy watching me draw and just in being in this and watching it be created and all that stuff? How was that for you? Was this something that you'd want to tune into every week? And hi IKD, how you doing, honey? Is this something that you'd want to tune into every single week? I mean, as you can see, I can get a drawing done in roughly 3 hours from start to finish. If this is something where you would want to come in and participate in every week, I'll be happy to. I've got gobs of drawing pads. And yeah, I thought, like, it's actually like a pumpkin-y color. Let me see. Of course it is. It has no name on it. I like chatting with some open-minded people, and I like art. It made me want to make more art. Good. I'm here to hear you say drawing. Sean, you're canceled. I'm canceling you. So that's what I want to know, because, like, I feel like just watching my fat ass sit here and talk for a couple of hours is not good enough. And I like to draw, so I figured this would be a great way to add it in. I will tune in. Thank you, Esteban. Like, but that's why. One, I have a lot of things, and maybe we can, vote. One week I'll do watercolors. One week, because I've got a lot of stuff. I have inks. I have paint. So, um, I do a lot of pinup art, Luke. I've actually been considering that's what's going to be something exclusive for my Patreon, is some pinup, spicy and non-spicy. Just give me the fire vibes, the holiday spice. What do you think? Well, what do you guys want to name her? Because I gotta title her. You're very lovely. Oh, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. Sean is canceled. He uncanceled himself by saying that I'm lovable, but it could happen again. But yeah, like, I really enjoyed this went pretty much exactly how I hoped it would, where, I want to sit down and talk with you guys, and I want to draw with you guys, and I want to just have a little fun. And we don't necessarily have to talk about politics or about fat people or whatever it is. We can just sit and draw something. And now I finally have some more holiday art to put up, because I had nothing. Uh, um, I literally only found the channel like an hour ago. Oh my god. Thank you, Luke. I hope you're enjoying it. A new video is coming out this Thursday, as long as my computer can handle it, because DaVinci keeps crashing. And I will tell you right now, if I upload it, if I turn it on after the stream is done, and I've lost all that work, you guys are going to hear me screaming from whatever part of the world you're in, because I will be pissed. Watching your drawing process is really cool and fun. I'd love to see more with this on streams. Awesome. All right. Well, then, hey, if you guys really enjoy it, this is how my live streams are going to be. Once in a while, they might be a little different. But so then, all right. So if you want to watch me draw, do we want to see maybe different mediums? Maybe different styles. Like one day I do digital drawing, some days I do traditional. I promise you right now, do not get your hopes up for too much digital. Traditional is where it's at for me, just saying. But I have a lot of traditional stuff. Like I have right here, story time. I love doing Inktober, right? And this last Inktober, because everyone had to cancel the guy who does it, you couldn't find Inktober stuff anywhere. And it pissed me off. And so the only place that had it was Viva Colors. And I had ordered a different kind of thing, and it was supposed to come with extra stuff. And when I ordered it, they messaged me and they were like, "We're actually out of stock of that and have been for a few days. I don't know how it let you order it. Can we get you something else?" And I was like, "Well, how dare you?" I was like, "Fine, I just really want something that says Inktober on it, and I want the watercolors." Okay, fine. So they send it to me. And then I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And it's now into October, and I didn't get it. And I was like, well, maybe because it's coming from California. And I messaged them, and I was like, "Hey, what happened?" And they're like, "It got lost. We can't find it. So we're going to refund you." So they refund me. And then 2 days later, this came in the mail. And I've been too scared to tell them since. And because it's really nice watercolors that I haven't even used them yet. I feel so bad. But it was like, I went through all that and I still got it. Let me see. I got to pay you to do my Twitch emotes. I'm going to have to figure out how to do emotes then. I also prefer traditional Blair the Christmas flare. Oh, maybe I could do that. Blair, I mean, I like that. That would be cool. Love to see your range as an artist. Find me. I like both traditional and digital. Yeah, girl, switch it up. We can't have you getting bored because you have to do the same stuff all the time. Hey, not a problem. But yeah, like I will tell you, it. I got this. Do you guys think I'm wrong for not saying anything after everything was said and done? I couldn't help it. It came in, but like I will say, this is really good paper for not bleeding through. I have to look up what it was done by, but yeah, like if you look, the ink heavy pages does not bleed through. Does not at all. And I've got some pretty ink heavy pages. This one particularly. And again, no bleed through. So I will say the quality of paper is there. The quality of paper on this one is there. But that's I'm glad you guys want to be there for it. I'm glad you guys want to enjoy it. I think it's going to be good because it's a good practice for me. Yeah, I actually am going to do a video, Sean, about all of my Inktober drawings, because I've got 3 years of Inktober in different pads, and I'm going to do a review of all the ones that I've done, and you can see my growth throughout the years. I have 1 year of February, and I have 1.5 years of Mermay, and I really need to get into it. I mean, most paper that say it's for ink still bleeds through, even just a little. I gotta say, Juliana, this did not. And it's designed for, like, the only thing I'm mad about is they sent me watercolors watercolors don't do as well on this paper. And I will, where is it? Because you can make, obviously, inks are nothing but, truly liquefied watercolors. And I will tell you, which one is it? Son of a bitch on rice. So you can see right here where I did a kind of watercolor effect. It does a really weird granulated thing in the actual texture of the paper. Let's see. And this one too, like, again, you see that granulated texture right there? I was very much not happy about it. Oh, and right here as well, you can see that granulated texture going on. And that was not the ink, that was the paper catching the ink. So that's where, and then of course you got here, if the water is even slightly whatchamacalls it, if it's not super, super wet, it creates more of a streak. And you can see, like, there wasn't a lot of flow to the paper. So ink is great. Do not use watercolor on this paper. You need something far more absorbent. This is a very shiny, you can even hear how strong that paper, very buttery smooth. Oh yeah, touching the paper, like if you are in any way someone who loves paper texture, it's, see, again, now look at the streak right there. All that streak, that's from the ink, because I didn't pour the ink on because I didn't want it to fall over the place. So if you layer it, it's great. But if you just do one layer, I love. Thank you. You guys say I'm talented. I appreciate that. It's taken me a long time to get here, guys, and I mean that in a lot of ways, because as an artist, when you do this, when you sit there and say, "Hey, I made this. This is mine. I hope you like it." It does take a little bit out of you when people either don't respond or just they down it. I've become a little jaded to downing it. Like, the first thing people, when they really don't like me, if I get in an argument with anybody, first comment I'll get, especially on Instagram, is, "Your art sucks." And I'm like, okay, you're never gonna make it. That's why you're a 30-year-old spinster, and you're just still trying to make it. Okay. Like, at this point, I don't care, because that's the first thing you say to me. You're just looking for a reason to try to get me upset. You're not actually honest. It just means you're pissed at me and you want me to get pissed at you, and I'm not going to. Oh yeah, oils. I just talking about oil paint gets everywhere. I have tweezers with my art supplies to pick the hair out. And that has nothing to do with the fact that I have 5 billion cats. That's nothing. No, not at all. I write, but I never let anyone read it. I couldn't deal with people's helpful comments. I definitely see that. You draw caricatures? Oh, welcome back, Pluribus. Here's what I will tell you guys. If there's nothing else you can learn from me doing this today, post what you make. Make it so everyone can see it. I've got a group of essentially 10 strangers telling me how much they love my stuff. You guys have no reason to tell me that unless you really liked it. So if I can find 10 strangers and I have all the same exact insecurities you guys have, then you can find 10 strangers. And think about it. 2 weeks ago, I only had 180 subscribers on my YouTube. I now have, I think, 900 now officially of you guys. Let me double check. I have to check that now, because I never would have thought, not in this short amount of time either, that I would get anyone liking my stuff. I never thought this. And if it can happen to me, I have 912 subscribers now. 912. If it can happen to me, it can happen for anyone, as long as you have the drive and you produce quality. So that's, I guess, today, because I can't keep going forever. But today, I'm going to end on that one. If you have the drive and you are working hard on something, put it out there. Let people see it. Let people work with you on it. Let people enjoy it. There's always, exactly, Esteban, there's always gonna be haters. Someone is always gonna say something negative to you. But guys, seriously, just enjoy it. Share it with other people. You don't know. I mean, I've had people in the stream today tell me that I'm inspiring them. Me. I love being told that I inspire people. That means a lot. And the fact that I'm inspiring someone today to do whatever it is they want to do, that is a good day for me. So please, make your stuff. Put it on that platter. Put it out there. Yes, you might get criticism, but you're also going to find amazing people like I found with you guys. And that's huge. That's huge. So here's what I will tell you guys. I think this is a good spot to end it today. I will be back next Tuesday and I will be premiering my next video. If all goes well, it's going to be the mukbang one. God willing, I did put the least amount of sound and moving visual as possible in the video to save all of our stomachs. So if all goes well after I turn off the stream, and I start rendering it, you guys will be seeing that premiering on Thursday at 3:00. Please, 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 if you are feeling charitable this week, go to nosysnos.com. Please make sure that you just purchase something, anything. We have free shipping over $60, but everything that is raised in price, that extra money, go towards people and homeless folks in need in the Austin area in Texas. If you like what I do, guys, consider becoming a patron. The more patrons I get, the more benefits I'm going to give out. And you get benefits in your tiers. I will take your advice. I'm going to look into making a locals. Otherwise, guys, let's get me to 4,000 hours. Let's get this going. I really appreciate you all coming in today. And I want to say, if you have people you care about in your life, don't forget to tell them that you love them and to be safe. And so, guys, I love you all. Be safe, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.